D.W. Rutledge made a living as Judson's high school football coach, winning football games. He's retired, but his Judson program is once again king of the hill in Texas, and that's the Rangers' challenge tonight. Smithson Valley wants to knock off the Rockets and knock them off that hill. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Ranger Network. I'm Tony Brubaker, along with Brant Freeman and former Baylor Bear and Washington Redskin Jeff Gandy, as we've got tonight's call for you here at Rutledge Stadium. It should be a good one, as two teams both fighting, and I mean literally fighting for their life to get into the playoffs in a good way, Jeff. They're not afraid of missing the playoffs, but they want to be in the #1 seed out of 27-6A, and this is a big game in that regard.
It's a huge game when you're talking about the district and two storybook type of programs going head-to-head with Judson, with all of their past history of success, and now you have Smithson Valley as well. This is the type of game that, honestly, when you think about it, when you look at it in the district as far as standings, these kids, this is what they really want to work for. This is the kind of ball game you want to play in. It's all for the marbles to see who's going to be first place in the district. It's going to be a heck of a game.
That is the first part of our tonight's broadcast. We'll have more of the pregame show after we come back after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
So this is it, huh?
Yep, this is where it all starts and finishes.
Joe Pavelic, Jeff Shin, Alan Hill, Pat Bailey, Matt Hilson, Clint Haney, Cody Fuller, Eric Anders, Garrett Smith, Andrew Sandejo, Josh Adkins could have dressed in the soccer.
We got work to do, kid.
We're gonna go inside, we're gonna go outside, we're gonna get him on the run, we're gonna keep him on the run, then we're gonna go, 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 go. We won't stop until we're across that goal line. This is a team they say is good. Well, I think we're better than them. So what do you say, man?
Let me give it a try. Making videos is not easy. It's confusing and it's hard work. Well, I'm here to tell you, when your back's against the wall, call Wick Productions. It's who we use for game night scoreboard production and the Rangers Network.
Amazing, Coach. Another perfectly executed shameless plug.
And welcome back to Rutledge Stadium. Brant Freeman joining me now. And Brant, this is, you know, Jeff and I talked about this. This is the game of the week, I think, in this area, because these are two programs that are both vying for the top of what is arguably the best district in the area.
That's exactly right, Tony. And these two teams have been two of the best programs in the greater San Antonio area for a long time. For Judson, seemingly forever. 41 consecutive winning seasons for this program. That is an insane streak. Meanwhile, Smithson Valley, since the arrival of Coach Hill back in the mid-'90s, certainly they've been one of the top 5 programs in the greater San Antonio area. And now for the two of them to be matched up in the same district along with Steele says just how good this district is.
Levi Williams, the quarterback, the junior quarterback of the Rangers, really the guy who makes things go. Brant, we've talked about him all year long. Nick Aiken is back at running back, and he gives them a dimension that they haven't had while he's been out.
That is true, Tony, although you would like to see the Rangers have more success running the football. Aiken last week against Canyon did score one of their 2 touchdowns, but in 7 carries only had 15 yards. Now, against this Judson football team tonight, one of the best defenses you could have is a good offense. That's ball control. That means running the football effectively. We don't know the status of Julian Williams in this game. He did not play last week. If he does play, he is a threat anytime he takes the field. So if he's out there, you want him on the sidelines as much as possible.
One of the keys is being able to stop their quarterback. Sincere McCormick had a heck of a game last week in his absence, but we have seen Julon Williams warm up and go through full drills in the pregame tonight, so we do expect him to play tonight. He's got some weapons, too. Keyshawn Fisher, their best scoring receiver with 24 catches and 8 touchdowns, but all of their receivers average big yardage per catch, and I think that's something to be concerned about as well.
And by the way, one of the funny things about Keyshawn Fisher is that he was wearing a Wagner uniform only 2 years ago. Transferred last year, did not play, and now playing for the rival, if you can call it that, Judson Rockets. And yes, the big play is something you have to be concerned about. Judson has 13 offensive touchdowns this year, covering 40 yards or more, and they also find unique ways to score. 3 special teams touchdowns this year, 2 defensively, and their safety / running back / return man, Rashad Wisdom, is a threat. Anytime he touches the football, if he gets his hands on it, returning a kick, returning a punt, intercepting a pass, that could be trouble. Smithson Valley's got to avoid those kind of plays here tonight.
Brant Freeman is that's who he is. I'm Tony Brubaker. Jeff Gandy will be doing stats for us tonight. We have more of our pregame show coming up after this timeout. The head coach of the Rangers, Larry Hill, joins us.
When you're ready for a break, hurry in to Chicken Express. Let us do all the cooking for you. We always offer high-quality, affordable meals that the entire family will enjoy. Our chicken is never frozen and it's hand-battered fresh, so you can really taste the difference. You can expect fast and friendly service at Chicken Express, whether you dine in, drive through, or drive up. Hurry in and hurry back to Chicken Express.
Have you brushed your teeth?
Yeah!
Did you brush your teeth?
Yeah!
Have you brushed your teeth?
Yeah!
Moms, we've got you covered. Bring your kids to Summerhill Dental no matter how often they say they brush their teeth.
All right, welcome back to Inside Rangers Football. Coming up this Friday, Smithson Valley on the road in Converse to take on the undefeated Judson Rockets. They are 8-0 and unbeaten right now in 27-6A play as well, 5-0 in the district. Coach, you look at this football team, obviously impressive in all phases. One of the top-ranked teams in the state. This is a stiff test coming up on Friday.
There's no question. What a tall order for us. Judson's got a proud and storied football tradition, have had since I was in high school, which has been more than a few years ago. And obviously this team falls right in line with that. Very dominant in a lot of different areas, no visible weakness, very explosive team, and well coached. Got tradition on their side as well. So big challenge for the Rangers.
You mentioned well coached. You look at the passing of the baton over the years from Coach Rutledge to Coach Rackley and right now Coach McAuliffe. How impressed are you with the job that he's done with the storied program? You
know, he's done a great job of preserving their traditions, which he was a part of as a player and as an assistant coach, so he understands the past. At the same time, he's transformed them into the future. You know, they don't look a whole lot schematically like the old Judson teams, but personality-wise, they are, very fast on defense, punishing running game, So I think he's done a nice job of blending the new with the old, and obviously with some great results.
All right, let's discuss personnel now. And for the Rockets, I think everybody first thinks of the quarterback, Julon Williams, who it feels like he's been there for 8 years now.
Yeah.
What is a 4-year starter, started his career as a freshman. He has been banged up, didn't play last week in the 31-14 win over Clemens, but he makes them go. Besides Williams, though, a very capable running back in Sincere McCormick. Who do you focus on when getting ready for Judson's offense?
Well, that's the difficult part of it. It's very difficult to focus on anyone. You mentioned the quarterback. McCormick running several running backs, and McCormick will take his turn at quarterback at times. And got several receivers, big, huge offensive line. A lot of kids coming back that were starters a year ago, so they're reaping benefits of being young a year ago. And so it's very difficult to say, let's stop this phase of the game or this one player, this is their main threat. You really can't do that, and so you're going to have to be ready to defend it all.
You were able to corral that Judson offense a year ago in a win back at Ranger Stadium. What do you recall about that game?
Well, it's just a bizarre night. They took the opening kickoff, scored in like 2 plays, and You know, we were able to match that with a field goal. Then we got a defensive touchdown, which seemed to spark us, and then we went on to, you know, to pull away and to win the game at our place. And you know, sometimes you get momentum heading. We've all had it go against us. We've all had it go for us. That was one of those nights when it was rolling our way.
When you look at Judson's team this year, you get caught up in the offense because of Williams, a University of Houston commit. They've scored 60 or more 3 times this season, but you look defensively, they've been just as good on that side of the football as well. Opponents scoring less than 20 points per game. They have 20 sacks. They've forced 12 turnovers so far, 8 games into their season. Defensively, what challenges do they present?
Well, you know, it's similar to their offense in the sense that they're just really good at every position. You know, there's not a whole lot that, you know, from a game planning standpoint, you say we can pick on this area. They've got good size, they've got good speed, they're very athletic, they're very smart. You know, you can tell they're very crafty. They've played this game before, they're well coached, and so there's not going to be an area to exploit. You're just going to have to be good at everything you do. When you get your opportunities in the red zone, you're going to have to make the most of it and make points. And I think you're going to have to get some explosive plays. I don't know how much you're going to drive it, 10, 12 plays at a time, drive after drive after drive. You're going to have to create some big chunk plays, and we hope to be able to do that.
And something in the kicking game, I would imagine, will also be paramount in this game.
It will. You know, our coverage teams against their dangerous returners, you know, our own returns, things like that, the trading of punts, you know, whose net punt is better than the other. So after the punt, you know, where does your defense start defending? Where does your offense start their drive? You know, things like that that are hidden a lot of times in game stories will be big in a game like this.
A game like this also it looms large in the sense that you can clinch a playoff berth with a win. You could also play potentially for a district championship with a win. Is there a big game feel to this Friday?
It seems to be. It always is when we play Judson. Even the years we've played them in non-district, it's had a big game feel to it because of the 2 programs and what they've done in the past and that sort of thing. But you know, it's November, it's late in the season, there is things at stake, as you said, for both teams. They're obviously a very good football team, so it has that kind of feel as your bus pulls in the parking lot on Friday.
All right, Coach, well, good luck against
Well,
Judson.
thank you, Brant.
We just got the GVTC Connect Home with Sky Bell.
Wow, you can see who's at your front door. Who is that?
Hello, Mr. Mueller. It's Marty from GVTC.
That's Mason Pierce, senior wide receiver and defensive back for the Rangers.
No, just Marty. Making sure everything's working. Video, doorbell, remote arming and disarming of your alarm. And you're getting text messages when windows or doors are opened.
Marty, watch this. R-A-N-G-E-R-S, Rangers, Rangers!
The best! I mean, the best security on the planet.
Flimsy microwave bacon tastes, but Wendy's oven-baked bacon tastes. Add it to fresh, never frozen beef, and you've got a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. A JBC with 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink is what makes Wendy's 4 for $4 so deliciously different.
And welcome back to Rutledge Stadium here in Converse, ready for the 9th game of the 2017 season. Stakes very high. For the Rangers with a win tonight, they will punch their ticket into the postseason. For the Judson Rockets, a chance to stay unbeaten and take one step closer towards the coveted 27-6A title. Tony, we saw this game a year ago. Smithson Valley dominated the Rockets back at Ranger Stadium 44-14, and they did it by containing Julon Williams.
And he is the difference maker that we know about on this team because he not only runs the ball recklessly and with abandon, so he gets extra yards all the time, but now he's got receivers that run with the ball after the catch and get a lot of yards to make their offense even more explosive.
Now we will see Smithson Valley come out at offense first here tonight as the Rockets will kick off. And again, I don't imagine they're going to kick the ball to number 44, winning back deep, Trevon Merrick-Woodard. So dangerous over the course of his career, returning kicks and punts, but does not have a special teams touchdown this season. And here's the kick from Shane King, senior kicker for this loaded Judson Rocket football team. Ranked number 1 of the state coming into the season and still today. And here is Aiken on the return. From behind his own 10. Spins out of one tackle. Nice return here from Aiken. He's not Trevon Merrick-Water, but pretty good. Last week, in fact, opened the game with a big kickoff return against Canyon.
He did on that night, too, and this was a good return just because we got positive yardage out of it. The Rangers will start out near the 30, Brant, and anytime you're going up against a defense that's been as dominant as they've been, you like to have field position.
Judson's defense is only giving up 12.6 points per game in district play this year, coming off a 31-14 win over Clemens last week. And Williams works out of the shotgun looking for improved play. Last 2 weeks has had a tough go, but against Clemens and Canyon, he'll throw on first down, and a drop by Mason Pierce. Ran a good route against Tyreek Adair, one of the returning starters on this Judson defense. Couldn't haul it in. 2nd and 10.
It's interesting, too, the Rangers have a new receiver, Jeremiah Gilliam, getting a start tonight. The junior with 4 catches this year. Brant, I know his speed sweeps are what has put him on the map, but he's got a starter tonight.
Again, no Ricky Rios tonight with a leg injury. Watch the snap count for both Pierce and Merrick at wide receiver. Running play on 2nd down. Yields a couple to the 31. That's it for Aiken. And quickly it's 3rd down and 8.
We haven't had disaster out of it, but notice again the snap high to Levi Williams.
Yeah.
Timing is very difficult in the running game when the quarterback's having to move that much to catch a snap.
Passing downs against this defense, that's tough. This is a experienced veteran secondary for the Rockets. And the Rangers here looking to throw on 3rd down and 8. 4 wide for Williams. Here's the pass rush. Throws over the middle. Got a receiver in stride. Running inside the 40, Mason Pierce. What a fastball there from Levi Williams.
Really interesting on their defense that time. Pierce is out there by himself, one-on-one. We have a couple of receivers over here, and they're covering them up with double coverage, basically. Pierce beats his man one-on-one and gets a big gain on 3rd down.
And makes amends, too. Dropped the pass to open the game and comes up with a big 3rd down catch there. And the Rangers quickly inside of Judson territory. From the Rocket 36-yard line. Williams again operating out of the shotgun off a high snap. Throws the ball too high for Merrick Woodard, who goes up for it. Pops right back up after going down to the ground. 2nd down and 10.
Really looked good. Everything about that play looked like it was going to be a success. The ball just sailed a little bit on Levi and have to come back and put together a better play for 2nd down.
We talk about that talented, experienced secondary for the Rockets. The player defending Merrick Woodard out there, Chris Mills, has been offered by Michigan State. 2nd and 10 now for the Rocket 36. Williams back to throw again. Going deep for Woodard again. For the end zone, overshot him. Incomplete, took Woodard a little bit too close towards the sideline. But also, by the way, good coverage from the aforementioned Chris Mills. 3rd and long coming up again.
There was room for it if the throw's a little bit shorter, but a tough throw nonetheless. Second, we saw this a little bit last week, going long on early drives, trying to stretch the defense a little bit.
Smithson Valley is going to need some home runs tonight against Judson to keep up with what I would think would be a big night for them offensively. 3rd and 10. Williams off the play action. A screen goes off the mitts of Pierce. Even if he brings that in, there's about 3 Rocket defenders right there to make a tackle. And now 4th down and 10.
Levi Williams, the 2nd time let a ball sail off of a throw. Question now is, do you punt on 4th and 10 from the 36, or do you go for it?
You see, you're in no man's land right now, Tony.
Exactly.
You're far too far for a field goal try, especially knowing that Mason Reed not playing tonight. Too close to punt maybe, and the offense does stay out there, but look out for the pooch punt here from Williams. Offensive look here on 4th and 10 from the 36. Williams back to throw, steps up to run, looking for the 1st down, angling for it, he's got it. Inside the 25 and down to the 21-yard line.
It didn't look initially like a quarterback draw, but I'm not so sure that wasn't the idea on that play, because they have noticed as we've thrown the ball, they've sent a lot of guys into coverage, and there was a big hole for him to run there.
Man coverage there for the Rockets. The defender's backs returned to Levi Williams, took advantage, and takes the 1st down. So on this drive, a 3rd and 8 conversion, and now 4th and 10. But Smithson Valley needs something on 1st and 2nd down. 1st down for the 21. This time a designed quarterback run for Williams into traffic. And the whistles have yet to blow. Finally they do, out around the 15-yard line. Levi, a physical run that time is good for about 6, 2nd down and 4.
Good idea that time. They continued to use that jet sweep motion for his straight ahead runs. Detracts some linebackers, gets different players to move on the play. A good gain on 1st down.
About 2.5 minutes gone by, no score, but the Rangers are threatening inside the red zone. From the 15, a run for Aiken. No play action pass intercepted. Taking it back across the 30 and down to the 34-yard line. Michael Washington, the linebacker, dropped back into zone coverage, and Levi Williams never saw him.
And I couldn't say it any clearer than that. He did not see him. He wasn't anywhere but in the way of that pass, and he'd been there the whole play, basically. It was a tough situation for Levi to turn with pressure on him, and now he didn't have a clear step and throw there, but he made a pass that was picked off.
It ends such a promising drive for Smithson Valley. If you're inside the red zone in this game tonight, you've got to cash in. Now from the 34, it is not Julian Williams at quarterback. The pass is caught by the receiver out in space, marked out of bounds at around the 37 for 3 yards.
This is their sophomore quarterback, Bailey Davis.
Amira Bailey Davis.
I saw him in warm-ups, and he was clearly the 3rd of their 3 quarterbacks in everything they did in drills. And I'm talking ability as well as just number.
So Julian Williams does have his uniform on, helmet in hand on the sideline. On 2nd down and 7, the Rangers sniff out a running play. There's about 5 Rangers all there. Lead of the charge, Thomas Zoig to tackle. No gain there for McCormick. And now 3rd and long for Judson.
Really curious with Sincere McCormick getting the start last week. You kind of wonder what's happening here.
3 wide and 3rd and 7. Here's a pass, a screen that is short hop for the receiver. It's incomplete. Again, looking for Keyshawn Fisher. And Judson's impressive offense all season long, minus their leader, goes 3 and out on their opening possession following a Ranger turnover.
And now you see out there, McCormick is out there. He just wasn't playing quarterback, and again, kind of puzzling.
Well, McCormick's passing numbers were not good against Clemens. 2 of 4, 2 interceptions, and he is a huge threat, though, as a runner.
Yes.
Do wonder at what point will Coach McAuliffe turn the reins over to McCormick if we're going to keep seeing passes like that from Bailey Davis. And this is a fake carried out by Judson for a 1st down inside the 40. And the trick play turns out a positive for Judson, carrying out that for the Rockets. And there's that man we talked about in the pregame, Rashad Wisdom.
He's been a dynamic running back most of the year. He's also a pretty good defensive player. But that time he carried the ball with authority and really got what amounted to be an easy 1st down.
8:42 to go, opening quarter, no score. Rockets threatening following the fake on the punt. On 1st down for the 35, here is the quarterback, and he's dropped for no gain to the 36-yard line again. It's Amira Bailey Davis, a sophomore quarterback, taking the reins of this Judson offense right now.
And again, we see McCormick in the backfield with him, so maybe just trying to be some deceptive.
2nd and 10, run for McCormick, slicing it towards the outside and dropped at around the 30. Good 2nd down run for about 6. Jacob Zuber on the tackle. Speaking of tackles and Jacob Zuber, 21 last week against Canyon.
He hit 3 digits with 100 on the season. He's having an impressive year.
3rd and 4, could be 4-down territory. A run up the middle, and that is the backup running back Jay Miller, who also plays defense. Stood up just inside the 30 for a couple of yards. 4th down and 3 now.
He's got 4 touchdowns on the year, averaging about 4.5 yards a carry. All of their running backs seem to be able to make plays when they have the ball.
In fact, Miller was huge against Clemens last week. Carried the ball 16 times for 72 yards and a score. 4th down, Rockets going for it from the 29, needing 3 yards. The quarterback, Davis, escapes trouble initially, dives forward inside the 20 for the 1st down. So all this talk about this inexperienced quarterback, well, there, Tony, on 4th down makes a play.
He did. It looked like he had the Rangers had a chance to get him close to the first down marker, but he avoided them and got a big gain.
A drive that began back at the Judson 34-yard line, obtained via a turnover by Smithson Valley. Bailey Davis on first down. It is a run for McCormick, breaking tackles into the secondary inside the 10 before he's tackled by Jacob Johnson. And now goal to go for the Rockets.
And we haven't talked much about this, but their offensive line with a big weight advantage. Over 270 pounds on the average, and we know the Rangers' defensive line is right between 210 and 215 on the average, and that's a big weight differential.
Just checking into the game, by the way, their defensive end out there, DeMarvin Leal at tight end. Along the left side as McCormick is upended inside the 5 and down to the 3-yard line, and the Rockets on the doorstep for the game's first touchdown.
And as we mentioned, they have some beef on that front line. You talked about bringing him in. They even have a tight end that goes about 290, so a lot of beef out there.
Bailey Davis hands to McCormick, cutting it back inside, diving for the end zone, and no signal yet. There it is, finally, touchdown Judson. The Rockets strike first.
Cashing in on the turnover. They are the first one to score, and that's a challenge for the Rangers to keep up with their scoring ability.
We spoke earlier about how if any plays defensively and special teams go in favor of the Rockets, it's going to be a huge mountain to climb for the Rangers. And again, they get possession here after a turnover and convert on fourth down on special teams. PAT is up, kick is good for Shane King. Rockets on top early, 7-0, nearly halfway through the opening quarter. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
In college football, you don't have the luxury of looking ahead. Every Saturday's a different way of destroying your season. They'll make the ground shake. They'll make your eyes burn. They'll show you hate and disrespect unlike anything you've ever seen. Don't think about January when there's a Wolverine coming for your face in September. The biggest game, the only game, is the one you're playing.
Flimsy microwave bacon tastes, but Wendy's oven-baked bacon tastes. Add it to fresh, never frozen beef, and you've got a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. A JBC with 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink is what makes Wendy's 4 for $4 so deliciously different.
And welcome back to Converse. 6:15 left, opening quarter. Judson on top, 7-0. A 65-yard drive ending with a touchdown run by Sincere McCormick. His 10th this year, 25th of his long career, began as a freshman. Here's the kickoff from King. And Woodard a shot to return from inside the 10. Out to the 20, 25, cutting outside, down the sideline, inside the 40, running inside the 20, marked it out of bounds. Where will they say he stepped out? At the 30-yard line, almost a house call there for Javon Merritt Woodard.
And if the Rangers needed a spark, that's obviously one of them they could get. It's always funny to watch Woodard back there with the other kick returner because they play games. They wait till the ball's kicked before they split. This time, because they kicked to the Smithson Valley home side, they guessed right this time, and Woodard had a huge return.
So 2 possessions now in the game for the Rangers, both ending up in Judson territory. But again, Smithson Valley did not cash in on his opening possession. First down from the 30. Williams will throw it over the middle. A dart for Dorsal Hunter goes off his hands. Another fastball there from Williams, maybe needed a changeup. Coverage from Tyreek Adair, 2nd and 10.
Just a little bit far for Hunter, and I don't know that he heard footsteps or not because he did take a shot. You hear kids talk about it all the time. If you catch the ball, the shot's the same as if you don't catch the ball, so you might as well catch it. That one just a little out of his reach.
And now 2nd and 10 from the Judson 30. Here's Pierce in motion. It is a run up the middle. Aiken is buried out around the 29, gains a yard, that's it. Tough team to run the football against. This Judson front 7, 3rd and 9 now coming up.
Leal, the man on the move that time, really got into the seam and got to Aiken quick.
Everybody talks about Julian Williams, the star of this Judson team. Well, defensively, that star is DeMarvin Leal. He has received several Power 5 offers. A junior, he'll be playing big-time football here in a couple of years. 39. Rangers have converted some long 3rd and 4th downs already in the game. Rockets bring it a blitz. Williams throws for Pierce. High throw. Evades a tackler inside the 10 and ran out of bounds at around the 5-yard line. Well, how about Mason Pierce there, Tony, making a defender miss on an island?
That was a great catch, and really because the catch was so high, the defender went for him on the catch, and then he came down with it, made a great run to the corner.
Continue to be so impressed by Mason Pierce, both sides of the football. Pierce, by the way, defensively, 5 interceptions this year, 10 in his career, the all-time leader in Ranger history. And now goal to go from the 5, and the Rangers need 7. A run for Williams up the middle. They've got 6 so far. Up the middle for an easy touchdown. Levi Williams scores his 5th rushing touchdown this year. And what an answer by the Ranger offense.
But I'm really puzzled. Blocking was really good, but we haven't had a running back have any kind of seam. He was untouched to the end zone from 6 yards out, 5 yards out. I mean, that was just amazing how big that hole was.
Do want to note, in last year's 30-point win over the Rockets, Judson did take an early 7-0 lead. After that, it was all Smithson Valley. And here is the PAT. The kick is good and ties the game. And that was Wyatt Doss. Or beg your pardon. That was Joaquin Rodriguez, a sophomore kicker, making that PAT, tying us up at 7 apiece.
Sorry about that. We saw that in the email earlier this week that we had to bring someone up because Reed was out. Great job. That one looked like an authoritative kick there.
Joaquin Rodriguez, by the way. 7 apiece, 5:13 to go here in the opening quarter. Smithson Valley and Judson. And Tony, I think you and I both knew all week long this game had the chance to be a lot of fun, and I would say that 6 minutes and 47 seconds in, it's been pretty fun.
It has been good. I think we talk about this all the time in football. If you can answer their big hit, it's like a boxing match. Who gets the first punch in, who can counter punch, and basically mean both of you are going to be on your feet for a while.
By the way, that the first rushing touchdown for Levi Williams in 3 weeks. His last rushing score at this field against Wagner and a 35-15 win 3 weeks ago.
I tell you, before Monday of this week, I don't believe Joaquin Rodriguez believed he'd be kicking in this football game tonight.
I didn't believe it either. But of course, I didn't know who he was, so I couldn't have. And here is his kickoff. Indove running short and sails out of bounds. Yes, on the bounce. Now, that's, not great there on the kick. However, the returner back deep for Judson was Wisdom. Not a player you want to kick the ball to, so instead of taking your chances stopping him, you put the Rockets at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, not something you want to do, but certainly his job was to angle it toward the sideline and give kick cover a better chance. This time he just missed it by a little bit.
Or the 30-yard line, beg your pardon. So here again, the quarterback, Amira Bailey Davis. The sophomore filling in for, I suppose, a still injured, too injured to play, Julon Williams. For the Rockets' sake, they better hope that's not a long-term injury. Back to throw is Bailey Davis, going deep to the near side. Leaping catch is not made. Good coverage from Mason Pierce downfield against Kenyon Morgan, a junior wideout. 5 catches of over 40 yards this year. He is a deep threat.
He's averaging over 35 yards a catch and a couple of touchdowns. Really interesting on first down how they go for the home run.
Yeah.
Decent. I thought it was a great route as he got inside of Mason Pierce. Went for the leap. Mason just knocked it away as he got there.
And now 2nd and 10 from the 30. And Davis will head it off up the middle, and down to the 34 is Miller. Big running back at 200 pounds. He's also a long tenured player for the Rockets, a 3rd-year varsity player. Had a phenomenal sophomore year, ran for nearly 1,000 yards. Kind of quiet since then, lost in the shuffle of players like McCormick. And now 3rd down and 6.
It is interesting to see how many of their guys have been multiple-year starters.
Especially defensively, they have 7 returning starters from last year's team. 3rd down, 6 to go. Davis back to throw. Here's the rush, a screen caught by Miller. Has blocks and room. Explodes near midfield and dragged down. Maybe a touchdown-saving tackle made at the 49-yard line by Chubb. And the Rockets again convert.
Great execution of a screen with the rush coming in.
Approaching 4 minutes to go, opening quarter, tied at 7. And here's a run for Davis on the zone read, sliced down, no gain. And there's Jacob Zuber making another play along with C.J. Keeler. What a senior year for Keeler. 10 tackles for loss, 8 sacks this season, leading the team in both categories.
Those two guys have just been the heart and soul of this defense, which has had a great year all year long.
And now Coach McAuliffe will call for a timeout. The Rockets first, they have 2 remaining. The name might sound familiar for those who have followed Judson football for a long time. Coach McAuliffe played for Judson back in the early 90s, was a part of one of their state championship teams back in 1992, was a defensive coordinator under Mark Smith for a couple of seasons. You know, Tony, think about the history of Judson coaching. Everybody thinks about Coach Rutledge and then after that Coach Rackley. Here comes Coach Mark Smith from Kerrville-Tybee, where he coached Johnny Manziel to take over the Story program. 2 years, bolts for Madison.
It's a strange game sometimes, isn't it?
Well, I'll tell you, one person who's thankful that Coach Smith made that decision, Coach Sean McAuliffe. And now in his 4th season, his record 43-10.
And Julon Williams is out there with his helmet in his hand in every offensive huddle, right next to the offensive coaches during most of the play. I've got to believe he's just chomping on the bit to get on the field. And again, during warm-ups, he looked like everything was right.
But again, the postseason looming 3 weeks away. The Rockets have already clinched their berth. Canyon next week is an extremely winnable game for Judson with or without Williams, so maybe thinking long-term right now. 2nd and 10 following the timeout, and the ball fumbled. Who's got it? I'll tell you who. The Rangers. Picked up by C.J. Keeler.
His 3rd fumble recovery of the year, and that would just seem to be a handoff issue. As Davis was going to hand it off, he and the running back didn't connect very well. The ball went down on the turf, and the Rangers have come up with a turnover, and a positive note for them.
That is the 13th turnover Smithson Valley has forced in district play alone, and their turnover margin now in the season, to include the interception thrown by Levi Williams earlier in the game, plus 10. That's winning football. And now for the 2nd consecutive series, Smithson Valley starting inside of Judson territory at the Rocket 48. Play fake, pass deep for Woodard, makes a catch, turns over the outside shoulder, and finally stood up at around the 25-yard line. Boy, again, the officials keeping those whistles in their pockets for a while there. Although Woodard comes up with a catch, good for 24 yards and a 1st down.
And I don't know if you see it, if Levi leads him a step in front of him, that one's 6. Woodard had beat his man to the inside post route, and if the throw is just anywhere in front of him instead of having to slow down to catch it, that one's 6.
This is not the offense we saw the previous 2 weeks.
No, it is not. It's also not the offense we saw early in the season, but it's a lot closer to that than the former you talked about.
4 wide on 1st down for the Rocket 24. It is a receiver sweep, running outside 25 and down to the 20-yard line. On the carry, Chris Rivera. He is a microscopic, tiny player, 5'6", $145. You can't find him.
And he tries to hide behind that offensive line as he's coming around on the jet sweep. He's had some bigger gains this year, but that one a nice one on 1st down of almost 5 yards, a good 4 on the gain. Again,
Smithson Valley's receiver depth hurting right now. No Rios. You have both Pierce and Woodard trying to play both ways. You need plays like that from a player like Rivera. On 2nd and 6, here's a run, running left inside the 20. Aiken is to make that Mark Franco his 1st carry. Sliced down by Shea Calvin. And now 3rd down and 5.
Again, the compliment that you can give their defense is they're so quick to the ball.
Right.
Hunter had a good block. The left tackle had a good block. And then someone else came out of, safety comes out. And they're just hard to block their many guys because they come to the ball so quickly.
3rd down, 5 to go from the Rocket 19. Hunter, the tight end, comes in motion. Throw to him. He's wide open inside the 10. And now goal to go coming up for the Rangers at the 6-yard line as we approach 2 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. And what a play design that time, Tony, by Smithson Valley.
A great, with Hunter in motion, he's the guy in the flat. Levi caught him in stride. a great catch and run. We talk all the time about Adorsal Hunter and how valuable he is to the passing game if they can find a way to get him the ball.
Hunter now 17 catches on the year as the offense goes to work at the 6-yard line. Motion from Franco out of the slot. Quarterback keeper Williams up the middle, twisted down inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. On the stop there was Tyreek Adair. Second down and goal coming up as we approach the final minute of the opening quarter.
You know, it's amazing when that play started. I didn't think he could even get back to the line of scrimmage, and he managed to, and that's a testament to his running ability and the fact that the offensive line didn't stop when they had some pushback.
Draylen Radeball has checked into the game at wide receiver, by the way. He's wearing number 7, and he's a little bit bigger than Rivera, 6'2", 175. He's in the slot right now on second and goal. Running play for Pierce, gets a block, cutting it towards the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Smithson Valley Rangers on top for the first time tonight.
And you know, we don't ever talk about Mason Pierce being that guy with great speed, but that time he outran the defensive players that were on that side of the ball and made a great turn upfield to get into the end zone.
For Pierce, his 4th rushing touchdown this year. He has had a big night tonight, and the game not even a quarter old yet. And here again, Joaquin Rodriguez to give the Rangers a 7-point lead, and he will not do it. Pulled it wide left. 13-7 the Ranger lead. Rockets about to come out at offense for the 3rd time tonight.
Great pressure from his right side on that kick, and just probably saw it and adjusted to it and didn't kick it as well as he knows how.
So again, Tony and I have talked about just how competitive the 27 6A district is. Here we are, second to last game of the season. Only one team has clinched a playoff berth, the Rockets. However, 3 teams have been officially eliminated: Canyon, Wagner, and East Central. So right now, you have 4 very good teams vying for 3 spots.
And the one we don't talk about much, or we haven't talked about, is Steele, who has climbed themselves back into that hunt. They are now 1 game in back of both Smithson Valley and Clements at 4-1 because they're 3-2. And remember, not too long ago, they were 0-2.
I'll also note that if Smithson Valley loses this game tonight, no matter what happens between New Braunfels and Clemens this evening, the game next week at Ranger Stadium will be for a playoff spot. Here's the kick from Rodriguez. Deep kick here, and Wisdom to return from the 2. Rangers need good coverage here. Dangerous returner. Check it. It's McCormick on the return, and there is a stop out in space made by Jacob Johnson. And the Rockets start behind their own 20-yard line.
Great coverage that time, and you saw McCormick try to take it really, up the left side and then veer to the right, and as he did, the defenders didn't give ground, and really fun to see them start at the 18-yard line.
And here again, Amira Bailey Davis, and by the looks of it, I'd assume he's the quarterback for the night tonight for Judson. On first down for the 18. Davis hands off McCormick up the middle, not much room there. Helmet comes off for Rocket as Zuber's in on another tackle for Smithson Valley. And that player is McCormick. He'll have to come out for 1 play.
Yeah, I didn't really see what happened there, but he did manage to get 2 yards out of nothing.
2nd and 8 from the 20. Final seconds ticking off the first quarter clock. It is a screen snuffed out by Smithson Valley, but a better play made by the Rocket receiver, reversing field, running down to the 24-yard line. That was a long way to run for Keyshawn Fisher to pick up about 4 yards there, but does make it 3rd down and 4 now.
It's a wide receiver screen, as you described. He's out there, 2 defenders running straight to him, and they managed to get him. Managed not to be able to. He managed to get away from them, and that's something we can't see much tonight.
For the first time this season, the Judson Rockets trail at the end of 1 quarter. Smithson Valley 13, Judson 7. More Ranger football coming up. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
And welcome back to Rutledge Stadium here in Converse. A lot of history at the stadium and in the city for high school football. The Judson Rockets, 6-time state champs, but right now trail by 6 as we open the second quarter and faced with 3rd down and 5 at their own 23. Bailey Davis back to throw, going over the middle, got a receiver. Out across the 40-yard line is Morgan. Earlier in the game, Bailey Davis misfired at a deep ball to Morgan. That one on the money. First down, Judson.
Again, a big play receiver. Lots of yards on all of his catches.
And now the Rockets amping up the tempo here. On first down, Davis, quarterback keeper, trying to get outside and denied by Jacob Zuber. Helping him finish that play, by the way, Will Gibbons, who's been banged up for a majority of the season. Good to see him back.
I'll tell you one thing, Davis will go back to the sideline and tell his coaches, don't send me that way again on a naked bootleg like that.
And now the Rockets playing behind the chains. 2nd down and 14 at their own 40-yard line. Again, the Rockets have never trailed after the first quarter of the season until tonight. Davis to throw. Here's the pressure. Steps up, going deep. Pass caught inside the 30, inside the 10. Touchdown, Judson. Joseph Hudson, 60 yards. And we are tied at 13.
They have playmakers that just go out and make plays. A great catch, a good throw, but then he beats 2 defenders and breaks 2 tackles by both Johnson and Chubb and gets into the end zone. So instead of a 40-yard gain to the 20, he gets into the end zone.
Judson's 14th offensive touchdown this year, covering 40 yards or more. And here is Shane King to give the Rockets the lead. And he does just that. So back and forth we go here in Converse. Rockets 14, Rangers 13. 11:04 to go, second quarter. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
We just got the GVTC Connect Home with Sky Bell.
Wow, you can see who's at your front door. Who is that?
Hello, Mr. Mueller. It's Marty from GVTC.
That's Mason Pierce, senior wide receiver and defensive back for the Rangers.
No, just Marty. Making sure everything's working. Video, doorbell, remote arming and disarming of your alarm. And you're getting text messages when windows or doors are opened.
Marty, watch this. RANGERS, Rangers, Rangers!
The best! I mean, the best security on the planet.
Sophomore quarterback Amira Bailey Davis handling the spotlight just fine, filling in for the injured Julian Williams moments ago through a 60-yard touchdown to Joseph Hudson. Rockets back on top, 14-13. About 1 minute gone by here in the second. Kings kickoff is short this time. And returning it at the 40-yard line, it is muffed and picked up by Judson. Aiken tried to field it on the run, and the Rockets have picked up their second turnover tonight.
And that's a big one just because of the momentum they have for the touchdown run, and now they get a quick turnover. Aiken had everything going right for him. He just didn't secure it.
A good return to open the game tonight. Aiken also, again, had a nice return last week against Canyon. Do note that the usual kick return mate back there with Trevon Merrick-Woodard is Ricky Rios, out again this week. And now up to the Ranger defense to get a stop. It was a quick possession for Judson moments ago, so the Ranger defense shouldn't be too exhausted right now. On first down for the 26. There's motion, handoff to the motion man. No, the quarterback, Davis, kept it. He appears to be the future of the Rocket program, at least for the next couple of years. After Julian Williams steps aside, that run good for 6 yards, 2nd down and 4.
And a really good fake because 2 Smithson Valley defenders were going for the running back, and They did a nice job.
Up-tempo offense running play for Miller and dragged down at around the 19-yard line. Really good job there by Chubb to hold on to his ankle. Stop short of the first down, 3rd down and 3.
Really, in this scenario of the game, a really big 3rd down.
I would say 4-down territory here for Judson. 3rd and 3. Davis, a run pass option and short hops to throw for Keyshawn Fisher again on that play. 4th and 3.
Second time tonight he's short hopped Keyshawn Fisher, who's caught the ball off the bounce and run both times like it's legal.
Now a huge change of personnel here. It is special teams, but I do want to make note. One of the players checking in here is Rashad Wisdom. We saw Judson carry out a faked punt earlier in the game successfully with Wisdom, the man carrying it out.
He is not the holder, though.
No,
he's blocking on the left
edge. He's not near the ball. This from 36 yards away for a 4-point lead. Here's a snap, set down, kick by King to the uprights, and that kick sails through, and the Rockets cash in on the Ranger turnover for the 2nd time tonight.
And he was 1 of 1 for 23 yards this season.
That a new career long, his previous long, 29. 10:09 to go until halftime. Judson 17, Smithson Valley 13. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Here we go, tie ball game with just 2 seconds left on the clock, and the Rangers are looking to score. Here's a snap. Bayless, who is wide open down the near sideline. And he makes a catch at the 10, the 5, touchdown. My goodness, what a play, and the Rangers win.
Welcome back to Converse here in the greater San Antonio area. 10:09 to go until halftime. Rockets on top 17-13, a 10-0 scoring run. And Smithson Valley has turned the football over twice tonight. Both times Judson has cashed in. Moments ago, a 36-yard field goal by Shane King. And now kicking off. Short kick again, Aiken again, to return for the 24, up to the 35, 40, near midfield. He's inside of midfield and upended there, right around the 49-yard line. Tackle out of space made by Anthony Shelton. And the Rangers again, Tony, starting inside of Rocket territory.
Hey, I want to give Nick Aiken a lot of credit on that. Trayvon's right there. He's willing to take that kick, and I think Nick just said, I want to prove myself, and he did. A great return. Get into positive territory on the start of a drive is always a good thing.
So far tonight, Levi Williams, 4 of 9 passing, 56 yards and a pick. A killer with the Rangers inside the red zone. First down for the 48. High snap again. Aiken on the run. He's got some room inside the 40, making amends once more and down to the 37-yard line for a Ranger first down.
Great run. Good seam that time that he got off a good cut right off about the middle of the run to get those extra yards and the first down.
We talked about it before the game started tonight. Smithson Valley would need to be able to run the football well to stay in this game, and I'd say so far they've done that.
Control the clock.
Yeah. And now first down to the Rocket 38. Williams takes a snap. He wants to throw. Pressure. Throws the pass incomplete. The ball came out awkwardly following the hit from his blind side. Rangers fortunate not to get a turnover there. 2nd and 10.
Obviously, he wanted to throw it earlier, and it was defended, so he tried to double hitch and throw again. By then the pressure had come. You don't have a lot of time as the quarterback going up against this defense.
The Rockets will get after quarterbacks this year. 20 sacks coming into the game tonight. 2nd and 10 now for the Rocket 38. A trips formation here on 2nd down. Williams throws a screen for Woodard, makes a catch on the run inside the 30. Waiting for a hold to develop and takes that one down to the 28. Should have enough for a first down.
Talking about Woodard earlier tonight, just how patient he is and how he looks for that opportunity to explode through the hole. That time he got a couple of extra yards just because he waited for it to happen.
A lot of people are wowed by the ability of Le'Veon Bell, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who runs like that. He'll take the handoff, and he'll wait a good 1,000, 2,000 before finding the hole and going through. Similar play made there by Woodard. And now first down, Rangers approaching the red zone, down by 4. Under 9 minutes to go, second quarter. It is a run for Woodard, and there is no alley that time. Running plays for Trevon have not yielded a ton in recent weeks. That is a loss of 2 back to the 30. Second down and 12.
Agreed on that. His runs, they've been keyed on so much since the first couple of weeks of the season, and so much so that they've been used as decoys more than actual runs. So, and that on that opportunity, everybody on the right defensive side knew he was coming and got a great surge in there to create havoc.
Now we see Rivera, the tiny receiver, check in here on second down and 12. And the tall sophomore coming as well. Raider ball. Williams back to throw. Going overshot, though, for the receiver, the 25-yard line. That was Nicholas Kuykendall. And, boy, again, you talk about, you know, a couple of varsity receivers buried in the depth chart most of the year, and the other a recent call-up from JB on the field on that play.
So second and 12 becomes third and 12. As you're right, you have all 3 receivers out there who basically haven't caught a pass this year in reality, or at least a pass of important nature.
We do see Mason Pierce check in here on third down and 12 from the 30. Rockets showing a blitz as Williams will change the play call. Play clock winding down inside of 5 seconds. Here's a blitz, steps up and throws. Got a receiver. That's a sophomore. Raider ball inside the 15-yard line of the 14, first down.
Big catch by the young sophomore who, again, before Monday of this week had no idea he'd be playing against Judson in a big, big high school football game.
And again, you look at the frame and the play made there. Maybe, you know, we're going to be calling Raider ball's name for a number of years.
We certainly would hope so.
Stays in the formation here. 7:35 to go second quarter. Rangers 14 yards away from the lead. A run for Aiken up the middle, cutting it to his left. Nice, fast, physical run there by Aiken. Exploding up to about the 6-yard line for 8 yards, second and 2.
He does such a great job of balance by the short, choppy steps at the starts of his runs. He doesn't explode with long strides early. Because of that, and those short, choppy steps allowed him to turn a corner, as you mentioned, cutting left as he got to the line of scrimmage and really got a nice run.
The second quarter has been the Rangers' best scoring quarter this year, 109 points coming into the game tonight. Second and 2 from the 6. Williams will keep it himself, and he goes end over end. And that is a hard-earned first down for Williams, down to the 3-yard line. Goal to go now.
Great job by Levi of just reading the scenario again, and this defense has shown tonight at least they're giving you some running lanes if you can pick and choose the right way.
You look at the receivers again, and again, it is a storyline worth keeping up with tonight, given the absence of Rios and the limited amount of snaps the Rangers can give Woodard and Pierce. Pierce is out there along with Raider ball. On first and goal, Aiken has his number called. Diving for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Smithson Valley. Nick Aiken. 4 minutes of real time ago, Nick Aiken fumbled the football on the kickoff return. He went to that sideline and says, I'm going to make up for that. Tony, he just did.
He has shown that was just a mistake, and we forget mistakes if we can overcome them.
So Nick Aiken with his 5th rushing touchdown this year. And now back-to-back weeks he's found Pater. And now here is Joaquin Rodriguez for the PAT. The kick is up and good. And Smithson Valley back on top, 20-17, 6:20 to go here in the second quarter. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Hello, I'm Steve from GVTC, here to install your 1 gig per second internet service.
Hey, you're Ranger Senior Trayvon Merrick Woodard.
No sir, I'm Steve with GVTC.
Come on. Cornerback, kick punt return, wide receiver.
I'll be over here. I'll let you know if I need anything.
Just came in to set up your Wi-Fi.
Thanks, Steve.
And welcome back to Converse. Rangers on top by 3 following a touchdown run by Nick Aiken. Here's the kickoff from Rodriguez. 2 Rockets back to return it a short kick. Breaking a couple of tackles out to the 36-yard line is the up man there for Judson. So the 2017 27-6A title picture hinges on this game tonight. The score, 2017, Rangers on top.
I'm going to go back to that field goal that they kicked a little while ago. When 4th and 3, they've been successful running the ball on almost every occasion.
Right.
They settle for a field goal, so instead of being up still, they're down 3.
But this sophomore quarterback, Amara Bailey Davis, has looked impressive tonight. Boy, the sophomores in this game, both ways, playing good football. Davis to throw, a screen, caught, 35, 40. Blockers downfield, inside the Ranger 35. Ball stripped and picked up with the 26-yard line, but they're going to say that the receiver, Keith Jefferson, was down. Again, there is no replay, obviously, in high school football, but I would love another look at that one.
Wow.
Saw Trevon Merrick-Woodard ripping for the football. Again, kind of biased up here. Believed he got the ball out before Jefferson went down. But it's a first down for Judson now. A run up the left side for McCormick. And there on the tackle is C.J. Keeler. Another one for him tonight. That's good for about 3 yards. 2nd and 7.
You'd almost think that they hurried up to snap the ball so the replay couldn't come into play.
Right.
I mean, they really ran to the ball or ran to the line quick.
Past the halfway point of the second quarter, Rockets the ball down by 3. Uncharted waters here for Judson, facing a deficit. A run again to the left side, and again McCormick, and drowned under by a few Rangers. We do see Manoa Pow, one of the funner names to say on this team. Also there is Trey Witcher. Now 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Rockets.
Again, is it 4-down territory, or would they kick another field goal if they got stopped?
That is a great question. 3rd and 4. Look for the quarterback draw. Davis will hand it off, though, instead. And that's McCormick muscling his way for the first down to the 22-yard line. Saw Pow and Alex Flores on the tackle, but McCormick got just what he needed to move the chains.
We've seen this all year long. The line of scrimmage needed was the 22. They got to the 22, and they move it quickly.
Wisdom is checked into the backfield here for Judson as McCormick comes out. Wisdom on the carry inside the 20. What a spin move there. And spins down to the 16 for 6, 2nd down and 4.
And while his numbers aren't great this year, you know he just gives them a different dimension.
Yeah.
A different way of running, a different running style, if you will, and they're all good.
On 2nd down, Davis looking to throw a screen, that time on target. Fisher is dragged down by Zuber. They'll mark him down at about the 13, a yard shy. 3rd and 1 now for the Rockets.
Pretty exciting when your senior linebacker gets out to the edge to catch the receiver on a receiver screen.
The Rockets have won 19 straight games at home. Their last home loss 3 years ago to Steele. 3rd and 1 for the 13. Running play up the middle for Miller. And spotted the football. He does not have it. Zuber on another tackle there for Smithson Valley. 4th down and less than a yard now for Judson.
Defense did a nice job of kind of pinching in the middle and not giving him much room to go, and that's a big stop on 3rd down.
And Coach McAuliffe is out on the field about 5 yards or so talking to the officials. I don't think he liked the spot. Boy, and now the Rockets bringing in the big package here, 4th down and less than a yard. Big moment of the game coming up. Smithson Valley stacking the box. Here's a run from McCormick, and he's got it. Inside the 10. Goal to go now for Judson. Power football there from the Rockets.
And let's talk about it again. Their offensive line averaging over 270 pounds on the average. The right side really just, 240, 290, not as big as the the center and the left guard at 300 and 305, and then you put those two tight ends, and they've got some beef up there to push people around.
This team can run the football. Bailey Davis on 1st and goal from the 10. Hands off McCormick again, stood up by Trey Witcher. Slings him down back at the 12-yard line. 2nd and goal from there.
Trey Witcher was left unblocked there, and
Wow.
he made him pay as he got into the backfield quickly. And that's a big stop on first down, making 2nd and goal now from the 12.
Do make note, Judson will get the football to start the second half of this game as the second quarter clock winds down. On 2nd and goal, Davis throws end zone pass, tipped in, nearly caught. Almost picked off by Trevon Merrick-Woodard, and a bad throw there by Davis, but nearly into the hands of Keyshawn Fisher, the receiver. Both teams catch a break. 3rd and goal now.
Trevon had it looked like, and then it goes through his hands, and Fisher's on his second jump trying to get back up to go get it. Really a fortunate play for both teams in some regard.
3rd and goal now from the 12. I would think if Judson does not convert, they would go for the field goal depending on what happens here on 3rd down. Here we go. 4 wide for the sophomore quarterback. He wants to throw. Here's a rush. A screen is incomplete. With that ball thrown into a lot of red, white, and blue. Dangerous throw there. Looking to set up the screen for Joseph Hudson. Brings up 4th and goal, and the Rockets will send out the field goal unit.
Really a center screen like they tried earlier, but now you're in much tighter quarters. Really no room to and the pass rushers didn't just rush up the field blindly like they did the first time. That's a tough throw and catch.
So here is Shane King, made earlier from 36. This is a 27-yard attempt to tie the game. Low snap, set down, kick is up to the uprights, and we are tied. Special teams looming large in this game right now.
Wow, I can't believe they've kicked 2 field goals in the first half.
They have, but we are knotted at 20 apiece. Final 2:04 coming up in the second quarter. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
When you're ready for a break, hurry in to Chicken Express. Let us do all the cooking for you. We always offer high-quality, affordable meals that the entire family will enjoy. Our chicken is never frozen and it's hand-battered fresh, so you can really taste the difference. You can expect fast and friendly service at Chicken Express, whether you dine in, drive through, or drive up. Hurry in and hurry back to Chicken Express.
Back out at Rutledge Stadium, knotted at 20 apiece. A lot of hype for this game, evident by the fans here in attendance, the parking situation, I can tell you that firsthand. And the game has lived up to his expectations so far.
Any kind of a return here gives you hope that you might be able to go get some points.
Here is King's kickoff. It is deep this time. Woodard was caught cheating up, and the ball takes a Judson bounce. Woodard picks it up, running across the 20, stays upright and dives down to the 25-yard line. So that could have been a disaster for the Rangers. And what Woodard turned that into was a manageable situation here. 75 yards to go with the game tied. About 2 minutes remaining in the half. And Smithson Valley does have all 3 timeouts remaining.
Be interesting to see the first down call and play and see what they want to do to start this drive.
You don't want to go 3 and out quickly.
Yes.
Should note the Rangers' 3 scoring drives all began inside of Judson territory. This the deepest they've began a drive tonight. A first down run for Mason Pierce on the receiver's sweep, running outside, 30, 35, out of bounds. That was good news all around for the Rangers. First down, clock stops, now at the 35-yard line.
What a great block on the edge by Nick Aiken, but that takes me back to why he didn't play for a while, is when he put a block and got a knee to the helmet and had a concussion, and that's one of those scenarios. But a great block that got Pierce around the corner.
That moment came against Steele way back in the 27-6A opener. Mark Franco filled the shoes of Aiken and ran for 85 yards. Only 5 seconds off the clock on that play. Now from the 35, Williams to throw. Pass along the far side, caught out of bounds. On the catch there is Jeremiah Gilliam, 5th catch this season. Another little used receiver making a play for Smithson Valley. That's good for 4 yards, 2nd down and 6.
Kind of a bad spot. He caught it up at the 40 and then was thrown back by the defender, and they ended up marking him out of bounds where he went out of bounds instead of forward progress.
Minute 46 left until halftime. What a game so far tonight. And again, so much on the line. Bigger stakes, arguably, for Smithson Valley here. A win secures them a playoff berth in a very tough district. On 2nd and 6, Williams to throw off the play fake, going deep for Woodard, and he can't get there. Good coverage downfield from Chris Mills. Pass overthrown by a hair, and now 3rd down and 5.
Just a great opportunity to get a big play, and he just made a throw that went, a stride too far for Woodard, and I think it's a great opportunity. And honestly, if he throws the ball where it could be, that's a big play on 2nd down.
After that, Woodard checks out as Gilliam is back in at receiver. 3rd down, 5 to go at the Ranger 39. Rockets nearly jump before the snap, but they get back there. That's Williams. Calls for the snap. Looking to run, and runs into a wall of red. And he is dropped by Samari Crane. Pumped up after making that play. And on 4th down and 5, Coach McAuliffe spins his 2nd timeout.
Still a minute and a half to go, and we talked about this. You mentioned it. You don't want to go 3 and out. They got a 1st down, but still giving the ball back with 90 seconds to go. This is a tough scenario for your defense again.
They only took 27 seconds off the clock on that possession and only made Judson spend 1 timeout. So if you're Brance Anderson here, the Ranger punter, by the way, his first punt of the night coming up, well, you've got to get a foot into this one. Cannot give Judson a short field here.
His average at 33.7. I think he actually punted for some better distance last week at Canyon. But this is an opportunity where he really needs to unload one.
Now, Smithson Valley has had some protection issues on punting the last 2 weeks. He's had a punt blocked in each of the past 2 games against Canyon, leading to a touchdown directly, and the week prior against Clemens. And there was a dangerous Rashad Wisdom back to return at the 25. Long snap count by Anderson. High snap gets the punt away, and not a good one. End over end punt, and it will bounce high in the air, take a Ranger roll for a moment, and finally die out around the 36-yard line. That is a 24-yard punt by Anderson. Not what the Rangers needed. Minute 21 to go, tied at 20 apiece in the 2nd quarter.
Tough situation for the Ranger defense now. Be called upon again to make a big stop. 81 seconds to go. Weapons that they've displayed, the defense has done a great job so far in limiting them to 20 points.
So here is the sophomore quarterback, Amira Bailey Davis. Good numbers so far tonight. 5 of 9, 76 yards, a couple of good deep balls as well. On 1st down, he will throw. Pressured, steps up. Davis takes off. And cutting it inside is finally down at around the 45. Did not get the 1st down. So the clock will continue to tick after a gain of 9 yards.
Good looking runner on that play.
Oh, yeah. Again, after Julian Williams, he's the next guy. On 2nd and 1, quarterback keeper. And this is a 1st down for Bailey Davis. Dragged down by Matt Coleman'sberger at the 49-yard line. Clock stops, 55 seconds to go.
In this scenario, limited them to 5-6 yards of play. That's a good thing.
Again, just 1 timeout left. And whistles a flag called against the Rockets with the clock running. And that'll back it up 5 yards. Been a pretty penalty-free game so far tonight.
It has, but McAuliffe sure likes to play a lot of the game out on the field as the head coach, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He's been out near that referee many times.
Again, he used to wear the scarlet red and the Silver out there playing for the Rockets back in the 90s on first down. Davis throws middle, got an open receiver inside the 40, a missed tackle, and down to the 29 is Keith Jefferson. Good play there by the Rockets, a first down. Game clock down to 27 seconds to go. And Davis will spike it with one timeout in his back pocket. Now second down and 10.
Great pass and catch that time, Brant. Just you look at all the different players they have who can make plays, and someone different every play seems to come up and make a play. And again, missed tackles really a difference.
Second and 10. Back to throw. Davis steps up, hit, and sacks. Clock is ticking, and now Coach McAuliffe spins his third and final timeout. Play made back at the 32-yard line with 15 seconds remaining.
Since we have a timeout, I'm going to say it again. And I certainly don't talk. We don't talk about calls very often.
No.
The offensive line has held so many times on plays like that, and obviously the left side of our defensive line got in. Zillman came in from the right side and just got both of his shoulders grabbed and thrown aside. At some point, the referee has to throw that. The umpire has to throw that, because if offensive linemen can do that at any time they want to throw the ball, then it's really hard to play defense that way.
After the timeout, if the Rockets, and by the way, they're faced with 3rd and 13, don't gain another yard or a first down here, that would make it almost a 50-yard field goal attempt for Shane King.
Well, and you know this is a defense. They can't run the ball.
Right.
They don't have the ability to stop the clock. This has to be a pass play.
And I think Coach Hill, talking to his team about that, or wants to, will spend his first timeout with 15 seconds left. I'm with you, Tony. In fact, I'd be of the mindset here to take your secondary, corners and safeties, put them off the ball 20 yards.
And
if they go middle of the field and don't get a first down, they'll have no time.
And as hard as they've been to tackle in space, I don't even know that you don't put 5, 6, 7 DBs out there, or linebackers who can move, because they're going to catch the ball somewhere. You've got to be able to tackle them before the end zone, because no matter what, even if they, well, I guess they could get a first down and clock it fast enough, but I don't know that they can get this offensive line 15 yards, 20 yards down the field to get into a position to clock it.
It is a 4-receiver formation here for Judson, and the Ranger corners are playing well off the ball here, but they will rush 4. On 3rd and 13, back to throw, Davis throwing near side, passes intercepted by Thomas Zoik, falling down to the 24-yard line, keeps the Rockets off the board, unable to make a play following the pick, but who cares? Interception, Thomas Zoik.
Well, obviously the goal is to get it to the sideline, get out of bounds, and you can kick a field goal if it's more in that shape, but that was not a very good throw.
No.
And I don't think the offensive player tried very hard to go get a ball that Zoig went up and got. And then their coach saying he's out of bounds when clearly he caught the ball in bounds.
What that interception does, the biggest thing to me, Tony, one, prevents that play from happening, as you said, would have set up a shorter field goal. Even if Zoig drops the football, doesn't hold on to it, Judson could have taken one more Hail Mary shot to the end zone. That prevented that from happening. A knee taken by Levi Williams, and through 24 minutes, nothing has been decided. Smithson Valley 20, Judson 20. Halftime coverage coming up. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Hello, I'm Steve from GVTC, here to install your 1 gig per second internet service.
Hey, you're Ranger Senior Trayvon Merrick Woodard.
No, sir, I'm Steve with GVTC.
Come on. Cornerback, kick punt return, wide receiver.
I'll be over here. I'll let you know if I need anything.
Just came in to set up your Wi-Fi.
Thanks, Steve.
So this is it, huh?
Yep, this is where it all starts and finishes.
Joe Pavelek, Jeff Shin, Alan Hill, Pat Bailey, Matt Hilson, Clint Haney, Cody Fuller, Eric Anders, Garrett Smith, Andrew Sendejo, Josh Adkins could have dressed in the soccer.
We got work to do, kid.
We're gonna go inside, we're gonna go outside, we're gonna get him on the run, we're gonna keep him on the run, then we're gonna go, 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 go. We won't stop until we're across that goal line. This is the team they say is good. Well, I think we're better than them. So what do you say, man?
Let me give it a try. Making videos is not easy. It's confusing and it's hard work. Well, I'm here to tell you, when your back's against the wall, call Wick Productions. It's who we use for game night scoreboard production and the Rangers Network.
Amazing, Coach. Another perfectly executed shameless plug.
What a game here at half. Smithson Valley 20, Judson 20. Entertaining game so far. Speaking of entertainment, now the halftime entertainment provided by the Smithson Valley Marching Band and Dance Team. And that again, the Smithson Valley Marching Band. Tied game at halftime, 20-20, Smithson Valley and Judson. Well, halftime coverage coming up. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Make memories of a lifetime this Thanksgiving weekend at Bernie's 18th Annual Dickens on Main celebration, Friday and Saturday, November 24th and 25th. Stroll Main Street Snowy Wonderland as you enjoy live ice sculpting, a 60-foot snow slide, photos with Santa, and of course holiday shopping along Bernie's Hill Country Mile. Dickens on Main features fun children's activities, live performances like Bah Humbug, a one-man Christmas carol, horse-drawn carriages, food merchants, and amazing concerts each night. And admission is free. Visit dickensonmain.com for all the details.
Texas Flip and Move is ready to roll.
I could not be more excited about this.
Who'll be the Lone Star State's big flipper? Each team buys low and sells high.
The bigger the risk,
the bigger the reward. Texas Flip and Move, Friday night at 9, only on DIY Network.
Watch DIY, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 126. GVTC, just plain smart.
Snoring, sleep apnea, teeth grinding, daytime tiredness. It's time to solve the problem. Dr. Matt Bayless and Summerhill Dental are right here in the Spring Branch Bulverde community and can help you stop snoring without the use of loud, uncomfortable machines. Summerhill Dental is your partner in getting a better night's sleep tonight. Our appliances are a proven solution to stop snoring and sleep apnea. No CPAP, no surgery. Log on to summerhilldental.com or call Dr. Bayless today.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Brant. All right, guys, you know what to do. Get your phones out and text your mom hi. So, CJ, if you had your own country, what would it be called?
Hey, we practiced for this.
Probably something really generic. Keelerville.
Yeah, that's your last name?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a random last name. He just likes it.
In Keelerville, but it's a country. So you're going to be Keelerville.
Just a lot of villas in that country.
Okay, a lot of villas in the Keelerville. What would Keelerville be like?
A lot of food.
Yes.
It's like sleeping. People would be allowed to sleep, just whatever they want.
Just like if I wanted to take a nap right now, I'd be like, hey guys,
Boom,
I'm
nap.
out. And I nap, okay?
Nap. It's kind of the main important things.
Sleep and eat. Yeah, well, those are.
Those.
Well, there you go.
In abundance.
I would too.
And
do we still have to go to practice?
You have to practice. You have to get gains. You can't go a day without gains.
Mike, I hear you can sing.
I can.
I
can.
I would like to hear that.
What song would you like me to sing?
I would like you to sing Adele Hello.
So hello from the other side. Do I keep going?
Yes!
Okay. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry.
For everything that I've done.
Okay, go.
Here we go. You ready? Ready? Together. Hello from the other side.
I must have called 1,000
times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. It don't matter.
Nice.
Oh yeah, look at Bob. We've got a new career. There we go, Mike. Nice. Welcome to the Hotel California. All my exes live in Texas. Fireball.
Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough.
So Jacob, if there was one toy when you were little that you just could not part from now, what toy would it be?
When I was little, probably my G.I. Joe.
Yeah? You were into G.I. Joe?
I had a lot of G.I. Joes.
He got mad at me for trying to destroy him one time.
Yeah, when he came over one time, he wanted to blow it up with a firecracker, and I got pretty mad because they're my G.I. Joes.
You're like, we don't play that way.
That's it, go home.
So do you still have them?
No, he threw them all away.
Oh, you did?
He did.
He hid some away. He still got a couple stuff.
So Caleb, what is the best thing about being you?
I guess that I get to play for the Smithson Valley high school football team.
Oh, that is pretty great. What position do you play, Caleb?
I play defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle, you like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, very good. I can't wait to see you playing this year.
It's going to be fun.
Caleb, what really gets on your nerves?
When somebody's driving in the left lane and they're going really slow.
Yeah, that kind of bugs me too. Yeah. What do you do to solve that problem?
Usually I just try to get around them or honk at them. So
But very carefully, right?
Yeah, I make sure to check my mirrors and use my blinker. And
Very good.
check my surroundings and everything.
Very good. That's what I like to hear. Safety first.
I just remember my favorite thing about being me.
What is the favorite thing about being you?
I can grow a pretty good beard.
Oh, can you? It is kind of like beards are in right now. Yeah.
I just wish we could actually grow them out.
Oh, yeah. Can you after football season?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Coach Hill says no to the beard, though. Yeah, no. What did the guy tell the lady who was dressed as Chapstick for Halloween? You're the bomb. Good. Okay, CJ, let me hear a joke.
Did you hear about the Italian chef?
No, I didn't hear about the Italian chef. Italian chef.
He passed away.
That's pretty good. CJ, Mike, Jacob, Caleb, it's been great. Coach Fran, back to you.
Go Rangers!
Daddy's gotta go to work.
Uh-oh. Sorry?
Watch FX, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 527. GVTC, just plain smart. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, Chibi, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
Flimsy microwave bacon tastes, but Wendy's oven-baked bacon tastes. Add it to fresh, never frozen beef, and you've got a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. A JBC with 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink is what makes Wendy's 4 for $4 so deliciously different.
And welcome back to Converse. Still halftime here from Rutledge Stadium, and we are knotted at 20 apiece. Brent Freeman along with Tony Brubaker and Jeff Gandy on this Friday night in November now. The calendar has turned, and Tony, you're getting that sense from a game like this tonight, the playoffs are right around the corner.
No doubt about it, and both teams trying to put themselves in a position to be in the best position they can be going into the playoffs. And I think both teams have done just what they needed to do in this first half to keep it where it is. I think the adjustments we see at halftime are what's going to be either difference makers or non-difference makers. So many times in the first half I thought Judson kind of toyed with us and didn't do everything they could do. But again, we've talked about it, a sophomore quarterback who hasn't started much and hasn't played a whole lot. And yet the Rangers have had opportunities to do a lot more than they've done by turnovers. A couple of key turnovers, and then there was one turnover that didn't happen that the Rangers thought they would have. And just different situations, and I think the second half is going to be interesting to see who imposes their will the quickest and gets off to a quick start.
You know, Tony, the last couple of weeks, not the best football from Levi Williams. Previous 2 games, 17 of 40 passing, 240 yards total in games against Clemens and Canyon. Didn't look like the same Levi Williams that we saw the first 6 games of the year. And after a tough throw on the first drive of the game tonight, an interception thrown by Williams, he's really settled in.
He has, and we've talked about this all year long. The Ranger offense revolves around how well Levi Williams plays.
Right.
If he doesn't play well, the offense doesn't move the ball well, and his ability to run the ball and to make key passes, and in a passing game that the Rangers have that really is efficient in so many ways, he has to be able to get the ball to the right guy at the right time for first downs.
Maybe the best way to describe this game, the best phrase, is next man up. For both teams, they've had sophomores come in and make huge plays. Certainly for Judson, the quarterback, Amira Bailey-Davis, has made several plays throughout the night tonight. For the Rangers, names we didn't hear of coming into the week, Drayden Radabod, wide receiver, made a big catch earlier. We saw tiny Chris Rivera make a play earlier in the game. New kicker, Joaquin Rodriguez, did miss one PAT, but has made a couple of others. Also had a deep kickoff early in the game as well. So some players, unknowns, coming into the game tonight. They've been big.
Yeah, and anytime you get in late in the season, injuries do cause those scenarios to happen, but you still expect the ones you expect to make big plays. We know Woodard has to make some plays, and Pierce has to make some plays, and Williams has to make some plays, and just like they expect their veterans, they've got so many wide receivers that are big play guys, and a number of running backs that have run the ball well. And defensively, I think both teams have big playmakers on that side of the ball. Really, I think the difference right now is in the third quarter, which defense can make they stop or get the turnover to turn the tide.
Again, it has been a fun 24 minutes so far. 24 still to go as our halftime coverage continues from Converse, Smithson Valley 20 and Judson 20. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
It's flea market madness.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
2 teams, here's your $500, here's your time clock. Let's go shop, go! Go find great things that you can reinvent. I think you have a great idea.
Please work.
You never know what you're gonna find.
Do you need a hand?
Flea Market Flip, Sunday night at 8, only on GAC.
Watch Great American Country. GVTC Digital Cable Channel 162. GVTC, just plain smart.
Hello, I'm Steve from GVTC, here to install your 1 gig per second internet service.
Hey, you're Ranger Senior Trayvon Merrick Woodard.
No, sir, I'm Steve with GVTC.
Come on. Cornerback, kick punt return, wide receiver.
I'll be over here. I'll let you know if I need anything.
Just came here to set up your Wi-Fi.
Thanks, Steve.
Texas Flip Move is ready to roll.
I could not be more excited about this.
Who'll be the Lone Star State's big flipper? Each team buys low and sells high.
The bigger the risk,
the bigger the reward. Texas Flip and Move, Friday night at 9, only on DIY Network.
Watch DIY, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 126. GVTC, just plain smart.
So this is it, huh?
Yep, this is where it all starts and finishes.
Joe Pavelek, Jeff Shin, Alan Hill, Pat Bailey, Matt Hilson, Clint Haney, Cody Fuller, Eric Anders, Garrett Smith, Andrew Sandejo, Josh Adkins could have dressed in the soccer.
We got work to do, kid.
We're gonna go inside, we're gonna go outside, we're gonna get him on the run, we're gonna keep him on the run, then we're gonna go, 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 go. We won't stop until we're across that goal line. This is a team they say is good. Well, I think we're better than them. So what do you say, men?
Let me give it a try. Making videos is not easy. It's confusing and it's hard work. Well, I'm here to tell you, when your back's against the wall, call Wick Productions. It's who we use for game night scoreboard production and the Rangers Network.
Amazing, Coach. Another perfectly executed shameless plug.
Hey guys, Tyler Florence here. This season, the Great Food Truck Race is headed way down south. 7 teams navigating culinary roadblocks in a race to victory. Are you ready to roll?
I'm ready. Are you ready? I don't think they're ready.
Wow.
All new, Sunday night at 9, the Great Food Truck Race on Food Network.
Watch Food Network, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 563. GVTC, just plain smart.
Hello, I'm Steve from GVTC, here to install your 1 gig per second internet service.
Hey, you're Ranger Senior Trayvon Merrick Woodard.
No sir, I'm Steve with GVTC.
Come on. Cornerback, kick punt return, wide receiver.
I'll be over here. I'll let you know if I need anything.
Just came in to set up your Wi-Fi.
Thanks, Steve.
Have you brushed your teeth?
Yeah!
Did you brush your teeth?
Yeah!
Have you brushed your teeth?
Yeah!
Moms, we've got you covered. Bring your kids to Summerhill Dental no matter how often they say they brush their teeth.
We just got the GVTC Connect Home with Sky Bell.
Wow, you can see who's at your front door. Who is that?
Hello, Mr. Mueller. It's Marty from GVTC.
That's Mason Pierce, senior wide receiver and defensive back for the Rangers.
No, just Marty. Making sure everything's working. Video, doorbell, remote arming and disarming of your alarm. And you're getting text messages when windows or doors are opened.
Marty, what? RNG.
And welcome back to Converse. Third quarter action underway. Tied at 20 apiece. The Rockets of football to start things off. And a nice return might be coming back. Rashad Wisdom taking it back for Judson. Not around the 30-yard line, but a penalty marker down. This one might come back a few yards. So again, third quarter underway. Brant Freeman, Tony Brubaker, Jeff Gandy, and our entire Rangers Network crew here with you for what has been a fabulous football game so far tonight.
It was real interesting. The flag surprised me, but it was right at the point of attack. Two different players, two different Rocket players, took and grabbed defenders and just pushed them aside. The defensive holding or holding on the play is the call.
And now the Rockets start behind their own 20-yard line from the 17 on first down. It is a run, the first play of the second half, sniffed out there by the Rangers. A run by McCormick, limited to a gain of a yard to the 19-yard line. Second down, 9 to go.
Heard a little bit of a gasp as well. Looked like McCormick put the ball on the floor and then fell right on it.
He has had 2 dynamite games the past 2 weeks. Relative check so far tonight, though, for McCormick. A draw run here, and this is a good run. Out of the 24, that's good for 6. And now 3rd down and 3.
Very explosive run that time, and we've seen him throughout different courses of the game being very explosive. A good, quick initial first step, and then he just explodes through the hole.
3rd and 3, a running down for the Rockets. They will run. It is McCormick getting outside, chopped down out around the 27 by Flores, but the spot of the football, I think he's got the first down, and does. This is a great running football team, averaging just south of 300 yards per game this year. In the opener against reigning state champion Lake Travis, the Rockets ran for an absurd 500 yards. First down for the 27. Long running play here. Fisher on the receiver's sweep, trying to reverse field, slips a couple of tackles, and finally dragged down by Zuber. A loss back to the 24. 2nd and 13.
You might get Jacob Zuber to miss you once, but he is not going to miss you twice.
Nope.
And that was a pretty emphatic tackle there when he came back.
You heard Tony say it earlier. After his 21 stops last week, 100 tackles on the year coming into the game tonight. On 2nd and 13, Bailey Davis will throw, going deep, got a receiver, and the catch is made inside the 40. Stood up at around the 36 is Kenyon Morgan. Got behind Mason Pierce, who I believe may have slipped on coverage, and a big first down for the Rockets.
Morgan is their big play receiver, averaging over 35 yards per catch on 11 catches coming into the game.
The second big catch tonight. First down run here by the quarterback, Martin, inside the 20, inside the 15, and Jacob Johnson, a touchdown-saving tackle at the 14-yard line. This Rocket offense built off of big plays. We're seeing why.
He made a great read there on the handoff option.
At the 14, inside the red zone. Handoff here up the middle. And crawling up to about the 7 is Wisdom. And the Rockets in 3 plays have gone from their own 24 to the Ranger 7-yard line.
Wisdom hasn't run the ball a whole lot tonight, but every time he does, he seems to be able to squirt through for some extra yards.
The center, Keandre Stevenson, lost his helmet, comes out for a play. And taking his place now is Esteban Abelar. 2nd down, 2 to go from the Rangers' 6. They'll mark it. Bailey Davis fumbles a snap on the ground. Who's got it? Judging by body language, I think Davis or maybe one of his linemen got back onto the football. The Rockets avert disaster there. And now 3rd down and 4.
I think it was Wisdom that ended up falling on it because he was right there. Rockets do avoid disaster.
The turnovers have been part of the story tonight for both teams. And now 3rd and 4 from the 8. Bailey Davis will throw a screen for Fisher. Running outside, spins around, and finally stood up at around the 6, short of the first down. And decision coming up for Coach McCullough. 4th down at about a long 1 coming up now.
I'm telling you what, when he catches the ball, when Fisher catches the ball, it is anybody's guess as to which way he's going to go and who's going to try to tackle him, because he's one of the most elusive guys we've seen this year.
2 defenders in space, and I thought they had him dead to rights. Instead, he makes a play, and now 4th and a yard, and the Rockets going for it. Davis hands off, kept it himself, running outside, push back, leans forward, depends on the spot. Out around the 4-yard line. He needed the 4 for the first. And they will measure. Boy, looking at the inception of the play, it looked like a no-brainer that Davis would not only get the first down but score. But the Rangers a great job of swarming to the football, and here's the measurement. And he did not get it. Turnover on downs forced by the Rangers inside the 5-yard line.
I'm with you. When he turned that corner, there was no way I thought he had a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden he kind of spins back into the defender, and the line judge who came from the far end was pretty emphatic. He went down early versus the extra squirming we saw. Now it's up to the offense to get several first downs and get out of this hole.
In fact, I think initially he did have it, but because he took a step back, reestablished his field position there, cost the Rockets a first down. And now the Rangers start from the shadow of their own end zone. Williams from his own 4. A high snap picked up by Aiken. Aiken loses the football though. The Rangers say they've got it. Rockets say they have a safety.
No.
They spot the football though at the 1-yard line. Another high snap from Alex Schaefer. That one almost cost the Rangers 6.
Or 2.
Or 2.
Because that was real close to being a safety as well as a mishandled ball.
If that is an empty backfield, that is either a touchdown or a safety for Judson. Nick Aiken was right there on the deflection. Now the Rangers from inside their 1, 2nd down and long, and whistles blow. Sean McAuliffe again is out on the field a good 25 yards.
He's between the numbers and the hash marks.
Yeah.
And gets the timeout call, but I guess you have more latitude in high school football because it's not on TV.
Yeah.
If a college coach did that, I don't know that he'd still be in the game.
By the way, this is the Rangers' first possession of this third quarter. And there's already almost 5 minutes gone by in the third. That was a time-consuming drive by Judson. Still tied 20 apiece. Worth noting, the Rockets in third quarters this year, dominant. Scoring advantage of 117-13. They have not allowed a third quarter point since September the 9th.
And not to belabor the point, but the head coach went all the way out to the officials and was complaining again. I don't understand why that's not a flag. First of all, he's out of the coaching box by not just a little bit. He's clear almost to the goal line talking to this line judge down here. That's just something that you don't let go.
After the timeout, which by the way, in this game could be costly, to spend it with 7:26 to go in the third quarter. Rangers 2nd down and 13 from their own 1. Play fake. Williams pressure, spins out of it. Throws the ball into the turf, incomplete. I don't know how Williams was not sacked in the end zone.
I think there's a Rocket in the end zone wondering the same thing. That was really dangerous, but Levi was able to get away and really with no opportunity to get any kind of yardage, just threw it into the ground.
Yeah, with Smithson Valley backed up this deep, the Rockets are pinning their ears back right now and coming after Williams. They have to reach their own 14 for a first. From his own 1, the Rockets jump, but they get back on it, but they will call encroachment here against Samari Crane. That is a massive penalty against Judson. It is not a first down, but breathing room for the Rangers, and now 3rd down is manageable.
That doesn't make sense that you're so up on the edge of your fingers that you're going to jump in that scenario. You've got him pinned back on the 1-yard line.
So it's gone from 3rd and 13 from the 1 to 3rd and 8 from the 6. And on 3rd down, Williams operates out of the shotgun, rolls out to his right, looking, throws downfield for Woodard, who makes a catch. Leaping up at the 20-yard line and down to the 23. And the Rangers move the sticks moments ago behind their own 1-yard line, and the drive now continues.
I hope we can look back in about, 19 minutes of football and say how big that play was. That was huge.
Yeah.
Not a great throw. Trayvon went up and hung on to it and got hit pretty hard too.
On 1st down with the 25, Williams out of the shotgun. Will hand it off to Aiken, looking for a hole up the middle, and spins his way down to the 31. Good 1st down run there for 6 yards, 2nd down and 4.
I know he missed some games, but I really like the way Nick Aiken runs. His short, choppy steps allow him the opportunity to explode as soon as he has that opportunity. That's a big 5-yard run on 1st down.
He's not a big kid either.
No.
5'9", 160, but runs as if he's 2 inches taller and 30 pounds heavier. On 2nd and 5 from the 30, they'll mark it. Here is motion from the receiver out of the slot. Fake to him, a run by Williams. The Rockets read that. Levi dropped to the 31-yard line. A gain of a yard there. 3rd down and 4 now for Smithson Valley.
It's almost like there's someone assigned to Levi Williams that reads that play, and if he's going to keep it, then he's right there.
Halfway through the 3rd quarter, tied 20 apiece. This game is 4th quarter drama written all over it right now. It would mark the 3rd week in a row we could say that.
Again, another big third down conversion opportunity.
Woodard not out there on this third down. 3rd and 4 from the 31. Here's a blitz from Judson. Williams throws for Pierce, goes off his hands, incomplete, too high.
Well, honestly, it was a step late, too. He kind of hesitated and hitched. If he throws it right away, I think it's a much easier completion because the defender's not so close.
It was Tyreek Adair defending. And the Rangers now punt for the second time tonight. Brant Anderson out there. His first punt only traveled 24 yards. Punting from his zone at 17. Takes a step and gets the punt away. Again, not very good. Wisdom, the returner, lets the ball go. And the Rangers will kill the ball down at around the 42-yard line. 27-yard punt by Smithson Valley. No return by Judson.
I don't know what has happened to Brant Anderson, but the last couple of weeks you know how you short arm a throw? It's like he's short legging a kick. He's not extending his foot into the ball at all, and he hasn't had a good kick tonight.
5:30 left here in the third quarter, tied at 20 if you're just tuning in. No Julon Williams tonight for Judson, their star quarterback, University of Houston commit, on the sidelines. Offers down with the 42, running play, McCormick up the middle, breaking a tackle into the secondary, twisted down to the Ranger 41-yard line. 16-yard got up there for Sincere McCormick. First down, Judson.
Touchdown saving tackle on the play by Sills.
And on first down for the 41. Bailey Davis off the play fake. And the flat passes off the hands of Fisher, incomplete. Rangers thought that might have been a lateral for a moment. They go to attack the football, but ruled a forward pass. I'll be honest, I think there may have been a lateral behind the line of scrimmage. Instead, it's 2nd and 10.
In any event, another poor throw by Davis, and we've seen several of those tonight, especially on those long throws to the side.
2nd and 10, draw, running right to the 40 and the 39. Will Gibbons, good tackle. McCormick holding him to a gain of 2, 3rd and 8.
Good to see Will Gibbons back for plays like that. McCormick had some space. If Gibbons doesn't tackle him, he might still be running.
The big, bulky tight end, Darren Brown, at 290 pounds, checks out. Rockets spreading the field here on 3rd down and 8 from the Ranger 39. Bailey Davis to throw, pump, steps up. On the rollout, Davis is forced out of bounds. They'll mark him out. Out around the Ranger 38. Good job by Thomas Zoig. 4th down coming up here, and perhaps Coach McAuliffe will go for it again.
At this point, I don't know why you wouldn't if you're Judson, but the defense of Smithson Valley has really made some big plays early in this third quarter.
And the Rockets will keep the offense out there. 4th and 6 at the Smithson Valley 37. They have to reach the 32 for a first. And whistles before the snap. False start, Rockets, and now 4th and 11 here. Tony, the ball marked back to the 42. I would think this is a punting situation now for Judson. And here comes McCormick, who is the team's punter.
Right.
But again, he's an athlete out there, so you can't just ignore him in that regard. And he does line back about 12 yards behind the ball in a punting formation. And he will do just that. Line drive punt, sails inside the 10. A Judson roll out of bounds at the 3-yard line. So Sincere McCormick, who has zero future as a punter, there looks like he's NFL ready on a coffin corner inside the 5.
He's averaging 31 yards a kick on 9 punts coming in.
Yep.
That's his first one, and that looked like he's been a seasoned professional as a punter.
Well, again, one of the biggest stats in football that's meaningful is your average starting field position. And the Rangers' 2 drives in this third quarter have begun at their own 1 and now their own 3-yard line. It's not a good average. Of course, one of those came after a turnover on downs. And Williams goes to work into zone 3. And he will throw, throwing over the far side and overshot his receiver. Miscommunication there, and the Rangers lucky that wasn't picked off. 2nd and 10.
Don't really know what Levi was looking for, the inside receiver, which I believe was Gilliam, wasn't it?
But again, we're talking about receivers who don't have a lot of chemistry.
There's no doubt about that.
With Williams. Now we do see Brance Anderson checking at receiver here in place of Bobby Palomine, the tight end. 2nd and 10 from the 3. Motion from Pierce, handoff on a running play by Aiken. Line of scrimmage is all he'll get. 3rd and 10 now. Rangers backed up at their own 3-yard line.
You know, the middle of their defensive line has really started to assert itself.
Yep.
And really started making some tackles. Shane Crane, one of the tackles, seems to be in the midst of everything, and every time we run the ball up the middle, he seems to be the guy that's there.
We've seen the Rockets dial up the pressure on 3rd and long. Tied at 20, under 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Quarterback draw.
Spread look for the Rangers. Here's the blitz, 6-man rush, a pass over the middle, caught by Mason Pierce. He's off and running. This could go 97 yards, and it will. Mason Pierce, house call, touchdown, Smithson Valley.
You know, the neatest thing about it is the first guy to meet him in the end zone is the quarterback, Levi Williams. And you talk about throwing a dart through a little hole. That was that pass.
And this Rocket crowd is stunned.
Wow.
Smithson Valley's crowd on its feet as Levi Williams throws his longest touchdown of the season, a 97-yard strike to Mason Pierce. And now out for a big PAT here is Joaquin Rodriguez. For a 7-point lead, the Rockets giving up their first touchdown of the 3rd quarter in 2 months. PAT is good. Rangers on top, 27-20. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Have you brushed your teeth? Yeah! Did you brush your teeth? Yeah. Have you brushed your teeth?
Yeah! Moms, we've got you covered. Bring your kids to Summerhill Dental no matter how often they say they brush their teeth.
Flimsy microwave bacon tastes, but Wendy's oven bacon tastes. Add it to fresh, never frozen beef and you've got a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. A JBC with 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink is what makes Wendy's 4 for $4 so deliciously
Welcome back to Converse. The Major League Baseball season is over, but the Rangers have just hit a home run. 97-yard touchdown pass. Levi Williams to Mason Pierce on top now. The Rockets 27-20. 3:23 left, 3rd quarter. Ensuing kickoff taken by Wisdom at the 7. Tripped, stays up on his feet, cutting outside in traffic at around the 20, and finally falls down at around the 25-yard line. Tony back to the touchdown.
It was a great pass. I think it was a very good route. But you give everybody on that offense credit because blocking was good enough to give Levi Williams time to throw it. And everybody else did their job. And then Mason Pierce just outran the crowd, and he can run. A big play, Brand. A big play coming out of your own hole there.
And now first down Rockets at the 25. Bailey Davis back to throw, pressured, steps up, looking, throwing over the middle, pass is tipped in, nearly intercepted. Not a good decision there by Bailey Davis, the quarterback. Against the grain, off his back foot over the middle, right into traffic, and Trayvon Merrick-Woodard nearly tipped it to a teammate. 2nd and 10 now for the 25-yard line.
Good pressure by the defensive line, flushed him out of the pocket, made it a tougher situation. Receiver came back for the ball nice, just couldn't connect.
From their own 25, an option look here, a late pitch, and the Rangers sniffed that out. That play strung out by C.J. Keeler, finished off by Jacob Zuber, a loss back to the 18-yard line of 7 yards, 3rd and 17.
And I don't know that we've seen that option run pitch look tonight so far, so kind of a surprise, but the defense was ready for it.
It's as if Smithson Valley saw something on film in the formation look there for Judson and sniffed it out. The Rockets trailing in the second half for the first time all year. #1 ranked team in the state, and right now down by 7 from their own 18. 4 wide for Bailey Davis. Going over the middle, he's got a receiver, but he dropped the football. At the 37-yard line, Kenyon Morgan would have had a first down. He does not, and the Rockets go 3 and out.
Fisher on the play is in the slot on the left side. He didn't know what the play was. He kept looking to the bench with his hands up like this, just saying, what is it, what is it? There's a little bit of disarray in the red right now, and this is a good time for Smithson Valley to continue to make the difference.
And there's the ever dangerous Trevon Merrick-Woodard, future TCU Horned Frog, waiting to return the punt at the midfield logo. McCormick, 2 punts. The Rockets did fake earlier. Snap back to McCormick, gets the punt away. End over, in punt. And Woodard makes a fair catch out around the 40, only a 22-yard punt. As Smithson Valley now here, Tony, a chance at some breathing room.
Well, now it's the time to be efficient, too.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even hurt you. Take some time off the clock. Keep the ball in play. Let the quarter run out. Go into the fourth quarter with a 2-score lead.
Your dream scenario right now is you run the football. This is an 8-play drive covering only 40 yards. You run the football 6 of those plays, and you score a touchdown. And use the remaining 2:15 and then some off the clock.
The only scenario that concerns me there is we haven't run the ball efficiently in the second half.
On first down for the 40, it is a run play here up the middle. Good run by Aiken on first down to the 35-yard line. A little bit of pushing and shoving towards the end there between Jesse Clifton, the Ranger left tackle, and Samari Crane, the defensive lineman for Judson. Second down and 4. 27-20, Rangers on top. Under 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter.
Good play on first down. Now you got to follow it up with something effective again.
On second down, 4 to go. Motion from Woodard, takes a handoff, running left, finds a corner, and crawls up inside the 30, putting a hand to the turf to the 27. And that will move the chains, and there, Tony, you got what the doctor ordered there. A first down on 2 plays, both running plays.
And really what's neat about it is Trevon knew where the first down marker was. He extended the run even though he was going down to get that first down.
Tonight, the 13th all-time meeting between these two and the 6th year in a row they've played each other. Rangers lead the all-time series 8-4, but the Rockets 1.13 in a row. Up until last year, a Ranger 30-point win and leading right now. First down for the Judson 27. Final minute, third quarter. Quarterback run for Williams, and ball security paramount here as he's dragged down after a gain of a yard to the 26. And a Rocket is down, and that is their leading tackler, Brody Stopler. A great leader on this team. Over 100 tackles a year ago, returning starter for Judson, down right now.
Kind of amazing that Levi really hasn't had a whole lot of room when he's run that quarterback delay. You know, the fake of the jet sweep,
right?
The receiver sweep, and then he takes it up the middle. They've been able to stuff that a couple of different times. Waylon Henry, one of their nose guard, has been a primary guy there. This time I think it was Stepler that stepped in there as well and really stuck his nose in somewhere, and there was a big pile of people there that he was underneath.
And Stopler is struggling to get to his feet, but does, and appears to be favoring his left arm and heading towards the sideline.
He does not look like he'll come back anytime soon.
He does not. I guess Smithson Valley can't relate with injuries. Lost a player like Darlington Frash for the year before district play began. And a number of injuries throughout the season.
I wonder if this is a concussion because they've taken his helmet away.
Perhaps. 2nd and 9 for the Rocket 26. Williams pumps, throws deep, and threw the ball away. Good decision there by Williams. All the Ranger receivers recovered. Nobody to run with the football, but it does stop the clock. 27 seconds to go in the third. And the Rangers face with 3rd down and 9. If the Rangers don't gain a yard, you'd be sending out a sophomore kicker, Joaquin Rodriguez, for a 43-yard attempt. I got to imagine this is 4-down territory.
And that means you've got to get at least half of it on this down. You don't have to get it all right now.
Empty backfield for Williams. Aiken comes in motion. The fake to him. Williams harassed on the rollout, turns upfield, upended it. Goes airborne and down to the 22, gains 4. And there, Tony, you get some yardage and you make 4th down manageable.
And you run out the quarter is what's going to happen. And again, now it is manageable at 4th and, 5? I mean, you've got a lot of plays that you know can get that, and that's where you go into the 4th quarter thinking about.
36 minutes have expired. The difference right now, a 97-yard touchdown pass. Levi Williams to Mason Pierce. 12 minutes left in this one. This is Smithson Valley Football on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
And welcome back to Converse. Rangers on top 27-20 as we start the 4th quarter. Smithson Valley has had its share of drama this year. Go back to the season opener, a 4-point win on a last-second play against Pflugerville-Hendrickson. Last 2 weeks, game coming down to the final possession. Could be the case again here tonight. To open the 4th quarter, Rangers going for it on 4th down and 5. Off a play fake, a pass to the end zone is intercepted. Taken out of the end zone to the 5 to the 10, up to the 16. That's it. Not the worst case scenario there for Smithson Valley. You obviously don't want a turnover there, but the Rockets would have been better off by getting an incomplete pass there based on where they're starting following the pick.
What blows me away the most is how our 6'6", 6'5", 280-pound junior tackle Ronald Copney was able to secure the tackle on a guy much smaller and quicker than him, but he did.
It was Mills on the pick, his first this year. And now the Rockets have the ball at their own 17, down by 7. McCormick taking the quarterback snap to open the 4th quarter, running outside, and finally dragged down by Zoig in the 24. So the thought coming into the game was that if Julian Williams couldn't go, and he has not, it'd be Sincere McCormick at quarterback. That has not been the case, but now on the sidelines is Amira Bailey Davis, who has taken every snap until now. On 2nd down, a run to the right side, or misdirection coming back up the middle, and close to a 1st down is McCormick at the Judson 27. He's got it to move the chains.
McCormick's got those quick feet, always ready to take a burst. He is a very elusive runner.
Snap to McCormick, running play. Miller getting outside. It's a block. Tripped up and falls down to the 48-yard line. That could have been a long touchdown for the Rockets. Rangers got lucky there. And now Judson near midfield. And a Ranger is slow to get up.
I think it's Zoig who got his legs taken out on one of those key blocks. Did not get up well.
And now the Judson crowd getting into it as a Ranger player is down. I understand Judson's fired up. They got a drive going, a chance to maybe tie the game, but need to show a little respect right now for the Ranger down to the ground. $11:09 to go, 4th quarter. Rangers on top, 27-20. Again, on the line tonight for Smithson Valley. If they get a win, they're in the postseason. If they don't, they will play de facto playoff game next week against New Braunfels. For Judson, a win, and they will take one step closer towards the 27-6A title.
Is that Witcher that ended up?
It is Witcher.
Yeah.
So, first down, Judson. Rockets the ball at their own 48-yard line. McCormick remains the quarterback. Running play for McCormick up the right side. Gets a block as a flag comes in. This one might come back 10 yards on a hold against Judson. As McCormick is stopped at the Ranger 47-yard line.
If it is a hold, is that the first flag for holding we've seen tonight?
Body language says this is against Smithson Valley.
Oh,
it is.
no.
Face mask against the Rangers. So tack on 15 more from the 47 down to the 32-yard line now. This drive began following a pick thrown by Levi Williams. The Rangers 3 turnovers tonight. On first down, it is a run. Wisdom breaking a couple of tackles and finally corkscrewed down at the 27 by Ethan Sill. It's good for 5 yards. Judson looking good here on the opening fourth quarter drive.
And nothing distinctly different. You just have to really secure tackles right now.
On second down, a run play. Wisdom again exploding inside the 15. Breaking tackles that it takes Trevon Merrick-Woodard to bring him down to the 5-yard line. The Rockets have changed gears, moving away from Amira Bailey-Davis to Sincere McCormick. It's been nothing but running plays, and Smithson Valley has not had an answer. Goal to go from the 5. Run for McCormick, bouncing it to the outside, and Gibbons brings him down to the 1. Second and goal from there.
McCormick just seems to be, of the quarterbacks we've seen, just to have a different speed.
Oh, yeah.
He can go from 0 to 60 a lot quicker than we saw Davis.
Big-time playmaker, only a junior, already has a D1 offer on the table from Texas State. Second and goal, 1-yard line. Jumbo package for the Rockets. A run from Miller, and he stood up.
Wow.
Rangers loaded the box there. And now, third and goal from around the 1-yard line.
Gibbons was one of the first in there. Witcher was down at the bottom of the pile. A lot of defenders really stood him up on that one.
I'd imagine this is once again 4-down territory for Judson. McCormick stays at a quarterback. On third and goal, an option look at the far side, and he's got it. Touchdown, Sincere McCormick. It's a 1-point game.
Kind of thought after running straight up the middle that time they might use their speed and elusiveness on the edge, and McCormick was able to get in.
Shane King, the senior kicker, has missed 4 PATs in his career. He has made 2 field goals so far tonight. If you do recall, there was a missed PAT earlier in the game by Smithson Valley. And here's King now to tie it up.
He's only missed 1 extra point this season.
Good snap, set down, kick is up, and we are tied. 9-10 left fourth quarter. Rangers 27, Rockets 27. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
We just got the GVTC Connect Home with Sky Bell.
Wow, you can see who's at your front door. Who is that?
Hello, Mr. Mueller. It's Marty from GVTC.
That's Mason Pierce, senior wide receiver and defensive back for the Rangers.
No, just Marty. Making sure everything's working. Video, doorbell, remote arming and disarming of your alarm. And you're getting text messages when windows or doors are opened.
Marty, watch this. R-A-N-G-E-R-S, Rangers, Rangers!
The best! I mean, the best security on the planet.
Welcome back to Converse. 9-10 left, 27 apiece. Rangers and Rockets. King's kickoff is deep. Woodard will field it a yard deep, and he'll take it out to the 5, the 10, 15, out across the 20, and out to about the 26-yard line.
You know, there are times when you say, don't bring that out. But with Trevon
Yep.
It's like, why should we say that? There didn't seem to be a lot of room, and he made 25 yards out of it.
By the way, Sincere McCormick, who's taken over at quarterback for the Rockets, is a essential every down Wildcat play. Now 87 yards on the night, 2 touchdown runs, gives him 26 in his 3-year career.
And he's run for 800 yards this season. It's not like he's just another quarterback.
And now closing in on 900. First down, Rangers of their own at 25. Williams on the quarterback draw. Not much room there. Stood up at the 26, a little shove towards the end. Ranger bench looking for a flag, not going to come. 2nd and 10.
They're playing with the Rockets are playing with a little bit of an edge right now defensively, and it's going to be really difficult. It'll take some good play calling and some good execution right now.
The Rockets have not truly been pushed this year. They had a 7-point game against Steele, but the Knights got their last touchdown with the game out of reach. And it took a 21-point fourth quarter for Steele to make it a 7-point game.
There might not be a bigger second down call than this.
On 2nd and 10, pass is intercepted. And a chance to take it back inside the 10. Touchdown, Judson. Michael Washington, his 2nd pick of Williams tonight. This one could be a backbreaker. Levi Williams caught staring down the receiver, and Michael Washington read it the entire way.
You know, when the Rangers scored that 97-yard touchdown pass, the same situation now leans towards Judson.
Right.
And all the momentum is on their side.
King for the PAT, and he will make it a 7-point game. 8:15 left, fourth quarter. And just like that, a 14-point turnaround for the Rockets after the end of 3, down 7, now up 7. This is Smithson Valley Football on the Rangers Network.
I'm Jaime Buenteo, produce buyer for H-E-B. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible. Over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any other store in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more. All grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas Produce Department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
Welcome back to Converse, Texas, 34-27. Rockets on top moments ago. A pick 6 cashed in by Michael Washington of Judson. And for the Rockets, that is their 6th non-offensive touchdown this year and their 3rd on an interception.
You got to answer right now. You don't have another choice. There's not another drive that can solve this right now. This has to be the situation where the Rangers answer that score with one of their own.
And King's kickoff is short. And a fair catch called for made by Anderson at around the 32-yard line. So the Rangers have to go 68 yards to potentially tie the game. Down 34-27, 8:15 left.
And now you got to do what you do. You got to be efficient on offense. And Levi Williams is going to have to make some plays. He's going to have to be accurate and have to get the ball to the right guy. And you're going to need receivers, whether they're young or old, to make plays right now.
So far tonight, outside the long touchdown pass, Williams has had a tough time throwing the football against Judson's really good defense. Aiken had been a nice run on first down, not quite big. And he was slammed down by Samari Crane. Also there defensively for Judson was Corey Parks. Gain of 6 yards at the 36-yard line. 2nd and 4.
And again, I said that earlier, their defense has a whole new demeanor to them. So influence is a big part of making plays work.
On 2nd down, 4 to go. Pearson motion man, a run play for Aiken, and fights his way for a couple. Up to the 38. 3rd and 2 coming up.
A big 3rd down conversion here. You can't afford to give the ball back now.
see Nick Aiken go to the sideline. Mark Franco is in. And we also see Trevon Merrick-Woodard check in. Play clock, plenty of time for the Rangers. As they're faced with 3rd and 2 now. As you heard Tony say, they've got to convert. Here's motion from Franco. Keeper for Williams, and he's got the first down. And he's still trucking out across the 45 to the 46. Rangers keep this ever important drive alive. 7 minutes to go, down by 7.
You know, we've said it a couple of times this year. I don't know that we've seen many quarterbacks as tough as Levi Williams.
Right.
He seems to make runs that don't have anywhere to go. He not only took the contact there, but stayed up on one foot to continue the run after he was hit very hard.
Woodard still in the formation here. First down from the 46. And now in motion. A run for Williams. Has a block of the outside. Turning upfield and sent it out of bounds by Washington, his nemesis of sorts tonight. Out at around the 47 for about 6 yards.
Good play call there.
Oh, yeah.
Hadn't seen that tonight. Just kind of a quarterback sweep against motion. Very manageable 2nd and 3.
Clock ticking, 6:36, 4th quarter. 34-27, Judson on top. Back and forth game all night long. Neither team has had a 2-possession lead. On 2nd down, a run, no, play fake pass for Woodard, and it is incomplete. A hair late turning for the football was Woodard. The ball hit him at his hip. Good coverage in his hip pocket downfield by Mills. And now 3rd down and 3.
I think Trevon was really trying to downplay the ball, not to let the defender know the ball was coming. I think he got turned around enough. He just couldn't secure it. Really tough way to catch the ball by not getting your hands out there quick. But I think he tried to do a nearly impossible catch because he probably thought that's the only way he could get the ball.
The Rangers have been good on 3rd down tonight. Now faced with 3rd and 3 at the Rockets' 47. Judson loading the box, running play for Williams up the middle, and he is denied. They will give the junior quarterback forward progress to the 46. A 1-yard pickup brings up 4th and 2.
DeMarvin Leal is really playing a heck of a game tonight.
He's a heck of a player.
He's just helping them stuff that middle. And while Levi had some space the last time he ran it up the middle, that time they were not giving up anything.
This could be the game. 4th and 2 at the Rockets' 46. Williams out of the gun. Takes a snap on the rollout, looking for Hunter. Throws his way. Makes a catch. Inside the 45 to the 42-yard line, 1st down. There's that play again, Tony.
Absolutely. Adorzal Hunter has to be such a big game player, a big play gamer. I mean, he's always there when you need a big play, and that was a heck of a deal, hanging that ball and turning his shoulders upfield and getting the yardage necessary.
How many more different ways did you want to shuffle those 3 words?
I don't know, but I could keep trying if you want.
He's a player game big.
He is.
1st down for the 41.
Good time for a big 1st down play.
Here's motion from Woodard. Run for Franco up the middle. Explodes down to the 32 for a gain of 9. 2nd and 1 now as we approach 5 minutes to go, 4th quarter, and a 7-point game.
I don't know if you've noticed this. After, I think, the first down, we've had a lot of 2nd and very manageables.
Yep.
And that really makes driving the football a whole lot easier. 2nd and 1 gives you a whole lot of opportunities.
We've seen the Rangers take some shots downfield on 2nd and short throughout the game. And Woodard is out there on 1st down. Colton Eilers was the quarterback, by the way, on that handoff, as the running play is sent back for a loss to the 33 to bring up 3rd and 2. So Levi Williams not out there right now. It's Colton Eilers, the backup quarterback.
Yes, he is.
This would limit Smithson Valley's playbook right now.
And I do not see Levi Williams on the sideline right now. So he's huddled up somewhere.
3rd and 2 for the backup quarterback. Calls for Woodard's motion. Hands off to Aiken up the middle. and backs his way for the first down and then some. Wow. Inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And the Rangers keep the drive alive with, again, Colton Eilers manning the offense. 4 minutes to go in the game. 34-27 Rockets.
Still been unable to find Levi Williams on the sideline. You know he's there, just where is he and what's wrong?
On first down from the Rockets 28. Eilers will hand it off. No, play fake. Pass is caught by Woodard and is unable to slip the tackle, though, of Mills. If he doesn't make that tackle, Woodard scores. And the play yields about 4 yards there, 2nd down and 6.
Still a nice gain on first down.
Understand that right now, Williams is on the sideline at around midfield and trying to work something out. 2nd down and 6. Pierce, the motion man. He takes a handoff. A lot of room was closed off as he aims for the sideline and finally forced out at around the 20. That's going to bring up 3rd down at about a yard to go.
Let's say to this point that Colton Eilers is staying within himself, not trying to do more than he should, and just trying to keep the ball moving up the field.
A time-consuming drive, 2:40 and ticking. Rangers down 34-27. 3rd down, long yard for the 20. Rockets nearly jump. But then the defenders reestablish themselves on their side of the football. 3rd down and a yard. Running play for Aiken, and he's got it again. Great short yardage runs for the Rangers on this drive. And now for a fresh set of downs at around the 17.
Here he comes.
Yeah, Williams back into the game.
Hey, let's give a lot of credit to that offensive line because they ran the ball several times and had enough of a surge to get positive yards, and that's on those 5 guys up front.
First down, Judson 17 for the Ranger offense. 2 minutes to go in the game. Woodard comes in motion. Running play for Williams and slung down. After a gain of 2 to the 15-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Should note that the Rockets have 2 timeouts left. The Rangers have all 3 of theirs, as the officials call for one right now.
Looks like a Rockets hobbled.
It is Samari Crane, who's made a few plays tonight, their junior defensive lineman, hobbling off towards the Rockets sideline. And now our head official is upset because the game clock kept ticking. It reads a minute 27 to go. It should be at about a minute 54 right now. Time is not an issue for Smithson Valley right now. They've obviously put all their eggs in this basket, the basket being the drive. If they don't score here, they'll lose. But for Judson, should Smithson Valley score and tie the game or take the lead, the clock is important right now. And they only put up 11 more seconds up there. Minute 38 now.
He's still asking for more.
Yep.
They're using the coaches. Okay.
Point being, if this is a home-friendly clock operator that's working against Judson.
I agree with you. They would like as much time left as possible if Smithson Valley does score.
Fans, both sides, anxious right now. And
timeout.
Even 100 seconds left as, yes, there's a timeout called by Smithson Valley. Down 34-27. So, Tony, something else at the time situation and timeouts available to the Rangers, still 2 of them, is that the playbook can still contain the run.
There's no doubt. And now that you have Levi back on the field, with that run, you see that they would prefer to run the ball in this scenario. They feel like they're getting enough of a surge. You know, we haven't seen many run-pass option plays by Williams tonight. Not a whole lot are in the Smithson Valley playbook, but there are a few. You've got to wonder how creative do you want to get here on 2nd and 7, because there's not a whole lot of room of the field left to make a big play. It's got to be something short and preferably quick.
Out of the timeout, Ranger ball at the Rockets 14. Down by 7, minute 40 to go. Woodard lined up wide to the right of Williams. Back to throw. Looking, going
Pierce.
middle, pass caught. Mason Pierce for the second time tonight. Touchdown, Smithson Valley.
You know, when he broke the huddle on the sideline, somebody was saying something to Mason Pierce for a couple of extra seconds before he went to the line of scrimmage. They left him on a single defensive back. They had no coverage, but he went right into the safety. What a throw by Levi Williams.
Did wonder if the Rangers would have gone for 2 here, but they are not. They will send out their young sophomore kicker, Joaquin Rodriguez, out to tie the game.
Again, what was he thinking on Monday of this week?
Snap, set, kick, and we are tied. 34 apiece, 96 seconds to go. It was becoming a classic here in Converse.
Wow. The Ranger down on the field.
Yes, on his back at around the 7-yard line. Hard to make out who that is from our vantage point right now. And now we're being told it is John Bauer, one of the senior offensive linemen. Minute 36 to go. 34-34 our score. And that, obviously, wonderful news, the Rangers scoring to tie the game. If there's silver lining for Judson, is that the Rangers did leave time on the clock. However, Tony, this fourth quarter, the only quarterback to take snaps for Judson has been Sincere McCormick, who has proven over his time as a backup quarterback that he has not been able to throw the football well. This is not a situation in which you would run the ball if you're Judson. Do you throw Amara Bailey-Davis back out there, or is McCormick your guy for the remainder of the game?
I think it depends on the kickoff return, and I would mildly say I think you can still run the ball if you can get a first down on every other carry.
Right.
You got 94 seconds. You'll have about 90 seconds after the kickoff probably. I think you can still run the ball in scenarios, and their running backs and McCormick have been so elusive. I still think you have the opportunity to do a lot of different things.
And Bauer, good news, has popped up onto his feet and heading towards the sideline underneath his own power. So timeout situation, the Rockets have 2 left, as do the Rangers. Minute 36 to go, tied 34 apiece.
And you still got the sophomore kicker in here, and you'd really love for him to be able to kick it into the end zone and not allow a return.
2 very dangerous return men back deep for Judson, including Wisdom, waiting at the 5-yard line. The Rockets do have a kickoff return touchdown this season scored by Wisdom, a 75-yarder on this field against Wagner.
This is where you have to have your best tacklers, because this is an important stop right here.
Rodriguez to kick the ball away. Short kick. Fielded at the 23. Up man to the 30 and to the 40-yard line. So Judson doesn't need a lot here. Their kicker, Chris King, has proven to have some range. Hit from 36 yards earlier. That's his target area. All the Rockets have to reach is the Ranger 19 or 29-yard line. I'm getting my math wrong here. The 20-yard line.
Yes.
And that's only 40 yards.
And again, it seems like we do this every game. We're asking the defense to make one more big stop or play.
And it is McCormick, by the way, out there at quarterback. Again, his passing numbers last week against Clemens, 2 of 4, 33 yards and 2 picks from the 40. The ball is fumbled on the snap, and the Rangers got it. Sincere McCormick didn't look like he was ready for the snap.
He was surprised.
And Smithson Valley gifted a turnover picked up of the Rockets 36. Minute 29 to go. Rangers have 2 timeouts, but keep in mind a young sophomore kicker. So there's still work to be done. But this game just continues to flip one way to the next.
Wow. Take care of it now. Just take care of it.
The fourth quarter began with the Rangers on top. After 2 quick plays, Judson back on top. Now we're tied, and the Rangers the ball. And that is Levi Williams on a quarterback draw, running inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Gain of 7 yards. Clock is ticking, and that's good news for Smithson Valley.
And I can't say anything more than the second half first down plays have been so successful to make drives very manageable.
Now the Rockets, 29. Second down and 3 to go. Approaching a minute to play. Snap to Williams. He wants to throw. Looking, goes
Hunter.
Middle, pass caught. Inside the 20, a Dorsal Hunter. Rangers inside the red zone with a fresh set of downs.
Boy, he positioned himself to make that catch with everything he had, knowing he was going to take a shot, and he hung on to it.
After they reset the markers, clock ticking again inside of 45 seconds. Rangers have time. They do have 2 timeouts as well. A run for Williams, gets outside, slides down for a loss at the 24 by Washington. And then of all the scenarios for the Rangers outside of a turnover, that was one of the worst ones. And a timeout call by Smithson Valley.
Well, it wasn't that long ago that we said, hey, we hadn't seen that play tonight. Now we've seen it 3 times, and the second and third time were very unsuccessful.
We have seen it, and so have the Rockets. So that was a loss of 7 yards. So back at the 24-yard line, if the Rangers don't gain another yard from this point, it would be a potential 41-yard game-winning field goal for Joaquin Rodriguez.
And here's the scenario you worry about with a sophomore kicker, and we don't know his distance capabilities.
No
as you try a 40-some-yard kick, block, tipped, return.
Sure.
You know, trying to break a tie your way, they could break a tie the other way with a big play. You obviously need more yards.
35 seconds left. 1 timeout left for the Rangers. Second is 17 to the Rockets' 24-yard line.
See Trayvon shaking the hand of
Coach McAuliffe.
Coach McAuliffe as he's breaking his huddle on the sideline. Their coaches still aren't off the field as we're ready to play.
3 wide on second and long. And Williams will throw a screen for Aiken, makes a catch, and is able to churn out a couple, maybe. In fact, they're going to say just the line of scrimmage. That's it at the 24-yard line. Clock stops, 24 seconds to go as the Rangers call for the 3rd and final timeout.
I don't know that you don't have a choice. You have to call a timeout there because you're not going to get back to the line with any time.
Right.
But a tough play call knowing that could happen. You kind of don't know if you were hoping if anything bad goes wrong, he can get out of bounds. Kind of a tough catch, a little tall for him. Now what do you do from the 24, 3rd and 14? Really, right now you want to get into a position where you can kick a field goal, and don't. Both of us think we need probably 5, 6, 7, 8 yards to make that manageable.
Well, I'd say even 10 or 15 to this point. So you think about the potential targets for the Rangers on 3rd and 17. Take your pick. Big games tonight by Mason Pierce, Trevon Merrick-Woodard, or Dorsal Hunter has been reliable. Figure pass is going their way here on 3rd and 17.
Well, all the defensive eyes are going to be on Woodard and Pierce.
Right.
Hunter might be a guy who can slip out into an empty spot.
They have to reach the Rockets' 9-yard line for a first down. Long way to go. Snap to Williams. Play fake. Pressure going deep, and the pass is overshot for Woodard. Incomplete. Game clock stops. 19 seconds left. And again, this would be from 41 yards away.
Williams is shook up again.
He took a shot. And the Rangers will send out the field goal unit, I believe. No, it's the offense out there. So they'll take their chances with the offense as opposed to letting Rodriguez try to win it from 41 yards away. That loss on first down looming large right now. Fourth down and 17. Snap to Williams. Looking, going middle, pass caught, and then dropped inside the 5. The receiver, Pierce, had it for a moment, could not come down to the ground with the ball in this game, likely destined for overtime.
Well, if you're a Rocket fan, you got to be happy because you just avoided a chance to lose the game. Now the worst you can do right now is go to overtime. Do they take a knee or do they try to run a play?
Boy, 14 seconds to go. If you're running a play, it's a pass, and with McCormick leading the offense right now, I wouldn't take that chance if I were Judson. But I'm not Sean McAuliffe. And here is McCormick. You remember the last snap resulted in a turnover for Judson. And now the Rockets call for timeout. Well, should we get to overtime, a relay of the rules for you. There will be a coin toss to determine who gets to choose to be an offense or defense first. And then both teams will have possession from the 25-yard line. Depending on what the team with possession does first, the second team has to either answer that or do better. And if they do the latter, the game is over. Been a long time since Smithson Valley last played an overtime game. But we're not there yet. 14 seconds to go in regulation. Rockets, though, at their own 24-yard line. They're not in a kneel-down formation here.
Max protect, so you do think they're going to throw.
McCormick back to throw. Looking, steps up to run. 30, cutting outside. 35, out of bounds. At around the 40 with 7 seconds to go. And now if you're the Rangers, you take 8 players and you stick them at the 10-yard line.
Or between here and the 10. It just, we seem to be too far upfield. Scenario also, if he does pull it down to run, you don't want him to run 40 yards before you get to it.
Right.
He gets to you.
And McCormick talking to an offensive coach.
Oh, that's an illegal substitution. Too many men in the huddle.
A low pass is incomplete at around the 40. Clock stops, 4 seconds to go.
I'm sorry, is it when a guy can't break if he's been in the offensive formation, he can't come off the field late.
You're right.
At least that's what we see in every game all weekend long. Haven't been many hankies on the floor tonight, have there?
No, there haven't. 4 seconds to go. McCormick running inside of midfield, down the sideline, and he's forced it out of bounds inside the 25 by Chubb. Again, the Rangers were playing back far enough where that play shouldn't have yielded a touchdown, but you did hold your breath for a moment. And yes, this game is going into overtime. 48 minutes, not enough. Overtime coming up. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
When you're ready for a break, hurry in to Chicken Express. Let us do all the cooking for you. We always offer high-quality, affordable meals that the entire family will enjoy. Our chicken is never frozen and it's hand-battered fresh so you can really taste the difference. You can expect fast and friendly service at Chicken Express, whether you dine in, drive through, or drive up. Hurry in and hurry back to Chicken Express.
I'm Jaime Buenteo, produce buyer for H-E-B. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible. Over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any other store in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more. All grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas produce department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
Flimsy microwave bacon tastes, but Wendy's oven-baked bacon tastes Add it to fresh, never frozen beef, and you've got a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. A JBC with 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink is what makes Wendy's 4 for $4 so deliciously different.
And welcome back to Converse. Knotted at 34 apiece. The two coaches meeting in midfield for the overtime coin toss. And I believe the Rangers have won the toss. They get first choice of what to do. Most teams prefer to go on defense first, so the offense knows what it needs.
I don't know that I've seen enough high school overtimes. Why are head coaches out there and not the captains?
I'm in the same boat as you, Tony. I haven't seen enough high school overtime games, and here we go, 34 apiece. Again, we don't get the officials' mic, so I can't confirm who won the toss and what's about to happen here, but we're about to see it. They didn't signal either way, either. I believe, again, the coach who won it, the Rockets decided which way to go.
That would be my guess.
And Smithson Valley has, in fact, elected to be on defense first. So, again, no matter what the Rockets do here, a touchdown, a field goal, nothing, Smithson Valley will have to do better to win the game or match it to force a second overtime.
No doubt.
Here we go. Fun so far. Let's play some more. From the 25, McCormick on the quarterback run. And the ball fumbled at the 22. No signal yet from the officials, moving the pile away. And they're going to signal that Judson just got back onto the football. The Rockets avert disaster there.
Wow.
And now 2nd down and 7. Have no idea how that ball did not land in the hands of a Ranger. On 2nd down and 7. Snap to McCormick. Here's a run for Miller. He's got blocks. Good play in the edge zone made by Chubb, or check it, Johnson. If he doesn't make that tackle of Miller at the 18, he's going to score.
Yes, he is.
And now 3rd down and 3. First overtime, tied at 34.
Woodard was tied up with the receiver Jefferson on that play, so he might have been able to bump him, but he's not going to stop him.
McCormick hands off to Wisdom, and he stops short of the 1st down. Right in there on the play for the Rangers, Thomas Zoig. 4th down and 3 from the 18. This would be a 35-yard attempt for the kicker, King, who did make from 36 earlier.
Here comes the kicker.
Wow. You know, with the way the Rockets have run the ball in the second half, particularly in the Wildcat with McCormick as a quarterback, I'm stunned by this development.
I am shocked for the 2nd time tonight that they're kicking a field goal. They don't have enough blockers out there. They have to use a timeout.
This might give Coach McAuliffe a chance to think about this decision as well.
I agree with that.
Both teams awarded 1 timeout in overtime. The Rockets have spent theirs.
Well, there was a backup offensive lineman that ran out onto the field, so for some reason one of the starters wasn't there in formation.
Looking at the personnel.
Kind of switching some out, aren't they?
Yeah, looks like the offensive unit is getting back into the huddle here. That mistake may have been a good one for Judson to have made.
As long as they make a 1st down.
Do see Amira Bailey-Davis, who's not played since the 3rd quarter, eavesdrop of the huddle. And here comes the offense for Judson. So King told to wait on the sidelines. They need the 15 for a 1st down. 4th and 3. McCormick, the quarterback, running left and finds an alley and lunging ahead. He's got just enough to the 15-yard line. And again, how about that? Special teams mistake leads to a Rocket 1st down.
And a safe play. A safe play on 4th down. You know, it's had a lead blocker out in front of him that got the linebacker, and now it's him one-on-one against maybe one other defender.
1st down for the 15, run for Miller to his left, and Johnson drags him down out around the 11. Do want to note the Rockets have been kind of careless with the football throughout the game tonight. They've been fortunate a couple of times to get back on fumbles. As they now line up on 2nd down and 5 from the 10. What a game tonight. McCormick on the keeper, and he is stood up at the 10-yard line. Rangers read that play. About 3 different defenders were there, Flores and Keeler and Johnson and company. 3rd down, 5 to go from the 10.
I think it was Flores that just kind of met him and was waiting for him when he made the decision to come that way and help the defense catch up.
The Rockets, the #1 ranked team of the state, undefeated record, 19-game home winning streak, all of that on the line right now. Rangers looking for a stop on 3rd down and 5 for the 10. McCormick, the quarterback, calls for motion from Fisher. He'll run it, and he will be dropped for no gain. Keeler makes the play. 4th and 5 now. Much more makeable field goal, and the Rockets will send out King yet again.
Judson thinking my kicker's better than your kicker. If both defenses get stops, I'm going to take my 3 points.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know you're worried about your 3 points.
So here is King, who has made 2 already tonight from 28 and 36 yards away. This a 27-yard attempt.
He had 1 coming into the night, so it's not like he's experienced.
Snap, set, kick is up by King, and the Rockets strike first on top 37-34. So the formula is simple. The Rangers need a field goal to force a second overtime, but a touchdown wins the game.
And honestly, 1st down a key.
Oh, yeah.
Get a good 1st down, you have some options. We saw earlier a bad 1st down leaves you in trouble. So let's get 4, 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and start a drive.
Boy, Tony, this has been a fun season, huh? There have been some years we've covered the Rangers and a lot of routes in Smithson Valley's favor, but games didn't come down to this. They didn't come down to getting a goal line stop, you know, like it did last week, or a 4th and 8 touchdown pass to Ricky Rios in the opener, and now overtime against the #1 ranked team in the state, the Judson Rockets.
The big question is Levi Williams fully capable right now?
He works from the 25. He will run it, and he will pay. Good second effort by Levi to get back to the original line of scrimmage. On the tackle there for Judson was Corey Parks. 2nd and 10.
Parks, a backup tackle that just kind of walked into the backfield. He didn't get blocked. And if you're going to run a quarterback draw, somebody's got to at least push him wider.
We don't know where 4 down territory is because we don't know Joaquin Rodriguez's field goal range. 2nd and 10 for the 25. Williams will throw, going deep in zone. No, short of the end zone is Woodard, who breaks a tackle into the end zone for the game winner.
Oh, wow.
Trevon Merrick Woodard, future Horned Frog, current Ranger, has just knocked off the #1 team in the state. 40-37, Smithson Valley. What a finish.
You know, we have run that route several times tonight. I mean, he was open.
Wide open.
There was no safety help. This is Mr. Woodard, the poster boy for Smithson Valley football, and they're going to cover him one-on-one on a post pattern in overtime.
And that play has done several things tonight. The Rockets, their first home loss in 3 years, their first loss this season, as Smithson Valley has now punched its ticket into the postseason and now a chance for at least a share of the 27-6A title. What a game in Converse. Rangers 40, Rockets 37. Post-game coverage coming. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Hello, I'm Steve from GVTC, here to install your 1 gig per second internet service.
Hey, you're Ranger Senior Trayvon Merrick Woodard.
No, sir, I'm Steve with GVTC.
Come on. Cornerback, kick punt return, wide receiver.
I'll be over here. I'll let you know if I need anything.
Just came in to set up your Wi-Fi.
Thanks, Steve.
Hey guys, Tyler Florence here. This season, the Great Food Truck is headed way down south. 7 teams navigating culinary roadblocks in a race to victory. Are you ready to roll?
I'm ready. Are you ready? I don't think they're ready.
Wow.
All new, Sunday night at 9, the Great Food Truck Race on Food Network.
Watch Food Network, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 563. GVTC, just plain smart.
You would be hard-pressed to find a better played football game in the entire state of Texas tonight, as Smithson Valley outlast the Judson Rockets in overtime, 40-37, a walk-off touchdown pass, 25-yard strike. Levi Williams to Trevon Merrick Woodard. Tony, we were talking about it during the last break. How in the world was Trevon matched up one-on-one?
How do you leave the best player on the field for Smithson Valley on one-on-one coverage in a game-winning situation? I don't know. Was just taking a peek at the stats, what I really haven't looked at all night. Almost 900 yards of offense tonight, 39 first downs between the two teams.
Yeah,
Smithson Valley had more passing yards. Judson had more rushing yards. A great toe-to-toe battle tonight.
Yeah.
Smithson Valley made the plays to win the game. I still firmly believe in my heart Judson did some things that took away their chance to win the game.
You know, Tony, after last week, let's call it like it is, it wasn't very encouraging for Smithson Valley to play Canyon to a 5-point game. The Cougars have had a tough year, and the Rangers have more talent, frankly, right now than the Cougars do, and so you came away from that game wondering what will happen tonight, because Judson is rolling right now no matter who has played at quarterback. But yet, Smithson Valley took every uppercut and right hand from Judson to answer with one of their own right back. You thought that maybe the pick six thrown midway through the fourth quarter by Levi Williams would be a backbreaker in this game, but what do the Rangers do instead? They navigate the entire length of the football field, get the game-tying touchdown, had a shot to win it at the end as well, didn't get that to go their way, and after falling behind in overtime, respond once more, and this time with the game winner. What a night.
I think it's just absolutely unbelievable. Dittoing just what you said, that the Smithson Valley team we saw the last 2 weeks was not the team we saw tonight. The most fortunate part of the last 2 weeks is they still got a win last week at Canyon when they very easily could not have gotten a win. That allowed them to be in a game tonight where it could be a district winning tie, or a district tying win. I'll get these words together. And now you've got 3 teams that are tied for the district first place, and that's pretty sweet.
Tony, this was fun. Let's do it again next week.
Let's do it.
It's Smithson Valley's next game next Friday, senior night, final regular season game for the Rangers in 2017 as they take on the New Braunfels Unicorns. After that, the Rangers will be post-season bound. On behalf of our entire Rangers Network crew, Tony Brubaker, Jeff Gandy, and myself, Brant Freeman, once again the final score, Smithson Valley 40, Judson 37 in overtime. From Converse, good night.